Yo, 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 skirt bag. What is up, brother? Yeah. It wasn't quite animated enough. It was a little too chill, for me for a Super Bowl. But
Well, so it's
the
usually yo yo yo
waviness.
yo, but that was yo 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 yo, like in a start to a movie. Like I'm picturing like
Okay.
the fucking Paramount logo coming on
Coming
the
at you.
screen. Yeah,
What did they have back in the day? Like,
the lion.
oh, the lion. Yeah, Lionsgate.
That
I
was
think
the
that's what
worst
it was.
lion I've ever done, bro.
Ah!
My lion said roar.
That one was better. Because you knew that one was for comedic effect.
Yeah. Roar.
uh,
Uh,
what's up, dude?
Not much, dude. It's been a short week because I had Monday off, but it's also felt like
Facts.
the longest week of all time for
Yeah,
somehow. I don't
yeah,
know
I
why,
get that.
but
Jacob had an ear infection over the weekend, so that was tough. Friday,
oh
Saturday
man,
were kind of not great days. He would sleep for 1 to 2 hours, and then he would be up for 1 to 2 hours, and he just hated it the entire time, and like through the night too.
yeah,
Mostly
that's
just
tough,
wanted to
dude.
sleep on Lex. But then, he gets better. Now he's good, and he's been great for like the past like 4 days. During the week he's been
Did
good, like since like
did you
Monday.
have to give him like eardrops or something?
No, they give you amoxicillin. He swallows it.
I'm allergic to amoxicillin
Well, then I guess you just have to tough it out, soldier.
and penicillin. Those are my
Ooh,
two
pens and
known
cillin.
allergies.
Um, all I've been saying all week is like amoxicillin's just not real enough. uh,
That's from Till I Collapse, right? Till I
I
collapse,
think
keep
so.
feeling these
Yeah.
raps. Long as you feel them to the day that I drop, you'll never say that I'm not real enough. That speaking of Eminem, he's dropping a single off his new album tonight at midnight called Houdini.
Ooh, who did it?
Who
Okay.
did it? Who done did it? So's Logic
Oh, they're both dropping singles tonight off of their
off
upcoming
their
albums.
upcoming albums. Yep.
Are you gonna listen to either of them? I know you said you weren't gonna listen to the Logic drops.
I have caved and I've listened to both Logic drops only like once.
Ah!
Only like once because listen, dude, I follow or I subscribe or whatever you say to the Logic subreddit. So anytime I just scroll on Reddit, like looking at memes and shit, like my homepage shows the Logic subreddit, and it's like, dude, Reddit low key is like the most negative social media platform there is. That doesn't have just like propaganda. Like it's just all negative real people. Like Twitter's like negative, but like every time I see like propaganda on Twitter, I know it's just like being pushed by
Right.
bots and stuff, right?
Instagram and Twitter, you have like a
Agendas.
handful of accounts that are like, yeah, people with an agenda and they're pushing something.
Right.
Reddit is just people speaking their
Miserable
mind
people.
on the most random shit.
Yeah. And that's what the Logic subreddit is like, oh, like they just point out everything negative about Logic, and I've found myself like not starting to not like Logic, but I found myself kind of understanding like the negative sides of him, like the fact that he did the whole thing with the Discord where he was putting music behind a paywall and saying he was going to be doing this every day, and it was worth it to subscribe, but like he doesn't do that anymore, and I knew that was going to happen, right? And
Yeah.
then he started a podcast and was like, tune into my podcast, and he did like 4 episodes of that, and he just doesn't finish projects. And I feel like outside of like pretty much ever since The Incredible True Story, I mean, there's been one or two here that I really like Vinyl Days, I think is a really underrated album.
Too many
No
skits, I
Pressures,
think.
too many skits, but it's still only like an hour and 12 minutes long, so
That's
it's
a
not like.
long album these days.
Yeah, I feel like a good 12-track album though is like between 45 minutes.
48-ish.
Yeah, like 45 to 55 minutes, and that's good. But
Yeah.
sometimes that feels me like Cole's new album, Might Delete Later. I wish it was a little longer because
I could
I
take
can
one or
listen to that
two.
whole. Yeah, like 15 songs I think is a sweet spot for a solid album. Vinyl Days is 30 tracks, but it's still only an hour and 12 minutes. back in the day, albums used to be like an hour and a half long when you think about that shit,
Yeah.
which I think you won't see that anymore in today's day and age. But I think Vinyl Days, No Pressure, Bobby Tarantino 2 and 1, like he's definitely had some good albums the last like 7 or 8 years, but also like
Yeah,
Bobby
give me some of
Tarantino
that Bobby
3,
Tarantino shit.
play Spaceship, play that Bobby Tarantino Spaceship. Um, Bobby Tarantino 3 is whack. Uh, College Park was good, but like I hate how he put the skits inside the songs. So like you get 2.5 minutes
Yeah,
into a song when you're listening to it on shuffle, and then a skit starts playing, and you're like, oh, like, but it's part of the
whack.
song, like the actual track.
And
Whack
then
as
does
fuck.
it go back to the song? Like, is
No, it
there
goes
more
into
song after
another
the
song.
skit?
It's just
Okay,
like,
that's better because then you could just hit skip at that point.
yeah, but I don't want to do that. Just give me a full song and then a skit on a separate track. You know what I mean? So I don't have to fucking. I can just
Listen
put
to
the
the
songs
skit
that I
every
want to
time.
listen to. Right.
Yeah.
What other? I don't know. He's just like he's had more misses that I would like to admit than he has like good albums. And with this upcoming album, Ultra 85, like as a fucking self-admitted diehard Logic fan for a long time, like this is the one that I've been really, really waiting for the longest. Like it's been in his fucking vault for so long, and it's like supposed to be like the Logic album, right? And so I
Okay.
saw a lot of negativity about the singles on Reddit, and I was like, all right, well maybe this is just Reddit being Reddit. Let me go listen to it. And the first two songs were whack. I'm not gonna lie, they were whack. And I was like, dude, if this is the vibe of Ultra 85, like the album we were promised to be, like at the end of the story of The Incredible True Story, The Incredible True Story for me, dude, personally, I'm not saying it's, the best rap album of all time, but it's a top
Right.
5 of my favorite rap albums just
Right.
because of
Right.
the whole, like, the Logic
The
rapping
story
on
of
it, the
it.
story, the
Yeah.
beats are all fire, like, the skits are fire. Just, it epitome of, like, a nerdy hip-hop album that I love and can relate to. So I hold that high regards, and if Ultra 85 is, like, the second part of that, and this is the sound he's going with it, I'm just not about it, right? So this next one that's coming out tonight, Australia, I got on Reddit today to look, see what people in Australia were saying because they've already heard it. And
Right.
apparently it's a sequel to Fade Away. So like
Okay.
people were saying like there's bars from Fade Away in this sequel, which makes sense. Like he's done that with other songs like Soul Food and Soul
Yeah.
Food 2. I just don't see how that song and the other two ones that he's already released are gonna mesh. Like they're like
Yeah.
one of them's like a dance like not EDM, but like kind of just like pop dance sounding.
Okay.
And one of them is like he's rapping on it, but like there's no substance to what he's saying. It's just like corny, braggadocious bars, and I'm just like, that's not what I want to listen to, dude. I want to listen to songs like, I mean, Fade Away is a fantastic song, but like
Yeah, I like
City
Fade
of
Away.
Stars, what's the one he has? Contact's the intro, not Contact. What's the one he has where he talks about like his homie being locked up while he's like going out and touring on like Fallon and Kimmel. I forget the name, but that song's really good. He's got Upgraded, Fire Song,
Facts.
like just a lot of songs with substance, and I feel like he's kind of hit a point now where he's just kind of rapping and not rapping about anything. So I'm just like
Yeah.
hoping Ultra 85 isn't that. But that being said, still gonna be excited, still gonna listen to it and like listen to it with an open mind. I'm just like my standards have lowered a little bit for Logic albums.
Yeah. That's fair. That's pretty big of you to admit and come to. Reddit can do that to you.
And I think, but dude, although, you hear Cole's new verse?
No, I have not. What's it on?
It's brutal, dude. I don't know the name of the song, but it's cringy as fuck. It's pretty bad.
Is
He,
it?
yeah, talking about like having this girl like in his phone, and her nickname is, and he goes, "What is it? It's Grippy. It's Grippy," and he just says Grippy like 4 times. So he's talking about like, you know, her her pussy being grippy, and I'm just like, bro, you are a 39-year-old man. Like, I get like, that's part of hip hop is to be like braggadocious, and like sex is a part of, boasting about like getting bitches and stuff, but like that just it wasn't Cole. It wasn't Cole, and the fact that he did it and put it out was just like it made me cringe a little bit. But other than that, dude, there's like I don't see Cole like Cole is to me is always gonna have substance. Like he's always gonna have albums that are about something or have like something to talk about in his bars. You're always gonna get something out of a J. Cole song, which is what I
Yeah,
listen to rap for. Like, I'm not really out here listening to like Future and like that type of rap as much as I
yeah,
do like Kendrick's and Cole's and like as corny as it is nowadays, like the lyrical rap is more my style. I still listen to the club rap and like the hype shit because it's fun and it sounds cool. But I like to listen to rap music to like really listen to what the artist is saying.
yeah.
And
And I don't really like the new sound of like the shit that is hot. I don't really like that new sound. So for me, like and that's like what the fun like party like music is nowadays. So I'm just like, I'll take the fun music that I have that I like from back in the day. I'll rock with that, and I'll listen to the new shit of like the lyrical artists that I fuck with.
yeah, we're definitely more of like that boom bap rap type of style. You know what I mean? With
Yeah, or like
the kicks and the snares, not so much the 808s and the fucking heavy bass.
I can get down with a heavy bass now and again, but I just don't like the way shit sounds these days. It's a little wacky.
Yeah, it just sounds a little too robotic and a little too like a lot of the shit that comes out is like, oh, like people will say, but it sounds good. And it like sounds good in theory, but like lyrics to me are a big important factor of a
Yeah,
rap song, and when the lyrics aren't hitting, I don't care about the rest of it. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. My boy Garrett, he goes by the name of Forrest Gump. He's a producer, dude. He makes some
Oh, I
pretty good
follow him on
beats, dude.
Instagram, dude. His beats are fire.
Yeah. He not enough like beat drops for me. I like a nice little drop now and again that goes kind of hard. But he makes good his beats sound good, dude. And he like makes them all himself. So like he plays them. He plays the instruments in them and then puts them together.
That's dope.
I mean, I'm sure he adds some shit too, but yeah, dude, his beats sound good. I'd like to hear somebody get on his shit.
I remember scrolling his page like probably over a year ago now, but like he had a song with somebody that he like previewed on his Instagram, and it sounded good. Dude?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard? Do you know who Aaron May is?
No, I don't think so. Related to our boy Mayo?
No, it's just May, like May, like a month.
Like Drake May.
Drake May, but without the E.
All right.
But yeah, it sounds the same.
Anyway, no,
He,
I don't know this guy.
you might know like one or two of his songs. He's got like a couple, like a handful of popular songs, but he's kind of like the epitome of somebody right in the middle of like the new era sounding stuff and like the old school sounding stuff. And I say old school as in like early 2000s, like early 2010s. Like
Yeah, yeah,
there's a
old school
huge
to
difference
us.
between rap music in like 2010 and 2011 to like 2016. I feel like 2016 was the year where like shit really changed like sound wise. We were
You think
getting like
so?
yeah, because I think that was like Ray Shremmerd was popping. That was kind of the start of like the SoundCloud era. So like Uzi and Pump, and I think that really changed like the sound of rap. I mean, Future's like an OG trap rapper, but like even him, like he still sounds more of what I like compared to like
For sure.
the
I
newer
fuck with
stuff.
Future. I listen to him. He comes on my shuffle a lot.
Yeah, yeah, he's a good listen to when I'm in the mood too. Like when I'm not in the mood to
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah. Dude, I remember Snapchatting somebody about I'm having a Future sponsored leg day. I was like, I'm not
yeah,
putting on my gym playlist. I'm just putting on Future and I'm
Future.
getting to work.
That's how he is too. You can't just
Yeah, dude.
like
No, you
one or
got to
two
be getting
songs
after
maybe.
something, bro.
Yeah, yeah. You can't just be chilling and listen to it. Like it makes you want to run through a wall. I remember when him and Metro Boomin dropped their last album a few months ago. I was sitting there working, listening to it on my Bluetooth like speaker or whatever while
Yeah.
I was working, and I sent in our team group chat on Teams. I was like, "Yo, Future and Metro Boomin just dropped an album, and it's really hard to sit here and tap keys on a computer when you want to run through a brick wall." Like that's the best way I could explain
Yeah.
Future's music.
Literally. You don't want to tap your keys while you listen to Future?
No, I want to smash this laptop and jump out my two-story window.
That's actually pretty facts. That sounds about right.
Yeah, yeah, right. Um,
My boy Pat Seiler makes good music for work, and he's dropping an album soon. This June, he's dropping an album.
what kind of music is it?
It's like mostly him playing guitar, I believe acoustic guitar, and it's like I don't know,
Like
over
Reed's type
nature
of music?
sounds, kind of, but no words.
Oh,
Well, I don't
he
know.
just be.
Yeah, but it's like nice. It's like a naturescape, and people just
Oh,
like
dude.
a
I
lot of
think you
people will
showed
like
me this
listen to
his
it.
music before. I
Dude,
think
it's
I've
not
listened
bad.
to some of it.
It comes on every now and again, and I'm like, I don't even notice it. Like I'll be like doing yard work or something, and it'll come on, and I'm just like smiling, vibing with it. I'm like,
Yeah,
this is nice, dude.
the vibe
And then I'm
music.
like, oh shit, this is Pat.
That's dope. Um, that all being said, though, I'm extremely excited for Eminem's new shit, dude.
Yeah, when's
His
that
marketing
dropping?
rollout.
Do we have a date?
Well, so last week he posted like some cryptic shit with the date May 31st, but now that it comes out that he's just dropping a single off of this album tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe middle of June, maybe 2 or 3 more weeks. I'd have to say. Usually they do like a single hit off the album, which who knows with Eminem it might just be a single that he likes a lot. Like it might not even be like I don't think Eminem's probably not gonna have like a hit song off this album.
Right, right.
Just because he doesn't make that type of music anymore. Um, but I think probably like a month, maybe 3 weeks after tomorrow, we'll be seeing the album because he did say for summer. Like he said when he released that he was dropping an album, he said coming like this summer. So I'm assuming at the start of the summer would be the best time to drop it.
For sure, for sure. If you're gonna drop a summer album, you should probably drop it at the start.
Yeah, but dude, I don't know if you saw like the video that he dropped to like promote the single, but he was
Mm-mm.
basically on the phone with I think it was not Chris Angel. Who's the other like famous magician?
I don't know any
David
famous magician.
David Blaine. Yeah, it was David
Hasselhoff?
Blaine. David Hasselhoff. No, he was on the phone with David Blaine and was like, "Yo, David, like, uh, what can I like? I want to do something for this song. Like, you got any tricks up your sleeve?" And he's in a restaurant, and some lady at the bar hands him a glass of wine, and he just chugs the wine and then starts eating the glass, and the bartender, starts freaking out. So I think that was real. I think that was like he just walked in. He was on FaceTime with Eminem, and he walked in and did that. But he was like, "Well, what do you want to do, Marshall?" And he was like, "I want to make my career disappear." So like, I don't know if he's talking about like this is gonna be Slim Shady's last album, and like he's killing the character of Slim Shady, or if this is a retirement album. But if it's a retirement album, dude, I'm gonna be pretty bummed. Like, I could listen to Eminem until he's fucking 70 years old, honestly, dude. Like, he's
Yeah.
just like the epitome of my favorite type of rap. I will say, like, a lot of his stuff lately, like, I feel like if he got back to more of like rapping in like a cadence and like a flow of like kind of what he used to be on instead of just rapping like as fast as he possibly can at all times, I feel like that'd be better for him. Like, I would enjoy that more because it's like, I don't know how many times I can listen to Eminem just like rip a fucking verse in 15 seconds and like,
Yeah.
we know you can rap fast. We know your technical ability to rap is like crazy good, but I want to see like some different flows, and I want to see you get back to some like real Slim Shady type shit where he's not just fucking like bippity boppity bippity, like he's just making like a fun
Yeah.
as listening to you rap
Dude,
fast.
take your fucking verse that you have that you sprint through, cut it in half and put it in slow down.
Yeah,
Now
slow
you
it
got
down,
two
dude.
verses. Now you got two
And then
verses that are bars.
maybe hit us with like 1 or 2 verses on the album where you're on some rap god shit just flying. Because I do like listening to that. Like, it's fun to
Yeah, yeah,
listen to be
yeah.
like him just catch like a flow and go super fast over beat that like sounds good. Like in Godzilla, or even Nat, like the song Nat that he has, where he just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the beat kind of switches and he just goes nuts. Like, that's fun too. But I don't want to hear that every song. Like, I know he hasn't done that on every song, but I just feel like the majority of
It's
his stuff
more
that he's
often
put
than
out,
not.
and he said recently in an interview, he's like, I'm at a point in my career where I just want to like perfect the craft of being the best technical rapper. And it's like, you can do that without rapping fast. You know what I mean?
For
Like,
sure.
I think Cole does it really well, where he finds like a really like unique flow that's not fast, but like, he just has like emphasis on certain parts of like words, or like he kind of just finds like a flow that we've never really heard before, but he makes it sound good and has
Yeah.
substance in his lyrics.
Yeah. Sometimes he be like trying to just force something to rhyme and it doesn't work. And it like kind of it feels awkward in the song and like I don't know. Do you know what I'm talking about with Cole?
Like, yeah, like the example I can think of.
Or like maybe not to rhyme, but like because he's talking about something with substance, so he feels like he needs to use like a certain word, like he needs to word it correctly. You know what I mean? So I feel like he's like unwilling to go with the flow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like just taking like a half a step too far and trying to find like the perfect. You know what I mean? Like if it's there, it's there. You know,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
use what's there. I think the example I can think of for that is in Off Mic Delete Later. I forget exactly what song it is, but he's like, um, A B C D E F G H I J K, and then he goes, "That's little old me asking what's L." And I
yeah,
was like, that's like kind of a whack bar. Like you're just singing the ABCs and then asking what's L because it's up next in the alphabet, and you're like lost out. Like the concept is there, but like I don't know, it
yeah.
just
It
didn't
doesn't
hit
really
for me.
fit, right?
Yeah,
And it's like he's trying to just like throw this bar in there, and like yeah, like it's clever, but it's like doesn't really go with the flow of the song and the beat, and usually, or not usually, but sometimes it doesn't, and it just feels awkward and forced.
yeah, and like obviously he's not the only one that does that. Like I feel like Kendrick can do that a
Yeah,
lot too.
for
Like
sure.
not
And I
so
feel like
much
it's
with just like the
because they're
bar
trying to
itself,
say something.
but I feel like sometimes listening to Kendrick, he kind of forces like different tones of his voice a little bit. Like he'll try and like change the pitch of his voice or try something different, and I'm like, sometimes it sounds cool, and then other times not so much. Future does it too sometimes when he goes like high
Yeah,
pitched voice, or I'm just like, yeah, like I don't know. And sometimes it grows on me because like you're listening to the song and then like he goes into that weird like 2 or 3 bar of just like high pitch or low pitch. Or
right, right, right.
the only one that fucking does it perfectly for me is Meech. When he
Yep.
goes into that raspy fucking just a whole song, like it changes the whole tone of the song.
Yeah,
When he just
for
his
sure.
rasp hits and then he gets on a song and then he's like borderline singing and I'm like, that's fucking range, dude.
That's range, brother.
That's range. Range Brothers. Great song. Deep cut. Yeah, some good music coming out tomorrow or midnight or whenever you're listening to this. But I'm excited. I think we've already kind of been um spoiled as rap fans so far with the music we've gotten, and also the Drake and Kendrick beef. Like that was fun. I'm
Yeah.
just let's keep it rolling, dude. Give me some ASAP Rocky. Give me some fucking new Tyler Creator album with Rock My World.
Ooh.
Obviously love a good Flatbush album to come out. It's been almost 6 years since we've gotten just a Flatbush solely album. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's more. Joey Badass new Jit album would be sick.
Revolution, I think, is going to be dropping some music as well.
Really, I have to check that
Yeah.
out.
I saw something on Instagram today. They were like, it was like us thinking about whether or not we want to drop new music. So obviously they're going to be dropping some new music.
Yeah. What if they're just like, nah, we're good. Sorry,
Actually,
suckers.
we decided we didn't want to. We thought about it. We decided we didn't want to.
Yeah, that's funny.
So we'll see. Maybe that's coming out tonight too. The last shit that they put out was like a mashup of songs that they already made, but it was like acoustic and a little more like vibey. Had more of like it was like less rock, more like vibey and like islandy. It was good.
Yeah,
I liked it because like I already knew all the words. It was just like a new feel to the songs,
that's cool. I like
and
when
a little bit of
bands
the
or
flow
artists
was a
do
little
that.
different. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was good. It was good.
my
Um,
one of my favorite like heavy metal borderline screamo bands. They're called Crown the Empire, and I got like really into them back in like 2012. And they have like probably they have their vocalist is really talented, but he also like screams a lot, so like people are turned off by it.
yeah,
And because screamo music, you either love it or hate it. There's no in between. You can't just like
hate it or
casually
love it,
listen
the
to that.
dogs on top.
But I found a record from them from like 2 years ago where they basically made all of their like popular songs into acoustic versions with no screaming, and it is phenomenal, dude. Like I know every word because it's like I listened to it all the time
Right.
growing up. But then we were listening to it. I got it on vinyl. We were listening to it the other day, and Maggie's like, "What is this? I like really like it." And I was like, "This is Crown the Empire." Like whenever it comes on, like in the car, you only hear the heavy like streamo versions of it, but this is like the acoustic version of it. She's like, "This is really nice. Like I really like it." And I was like, "Yeah, it's good music. It's just
It's
if you don't
Tom.com.
like the screaming part of it, you're not gonna really like fuck with it."
Yeah, that's true. Um, I just had a thought. I've had this thought before. It's funny. So but I actually just took it to another level. Rappers, they ad-lib their songs with like words, right?
Yeah.
And or like little sentences sometimes, like little sayings. And me and Lex and a lot of people ad-lib our lives with songs,
That's deep, dude.
right?
That's pretty deep. I'll tell you what, the few times that I was making music, like, and I made like full songs with my buddy, recording an ad lib track is so weird. Like, it's so weird I'm sitting there, like, listening to the song that I made and play in the headphones, and then sitting in front of a mic and trying to ad lib shit off the top of my head, and it is the weirdest feeling ever, dude.
You should,
Because
you
you're like,
should have
you
got,
need,
bro. You should have got Waldo to literally just do your ad libs.
yo, that would have been fire. Dude, he'd be a really good professional ad libber.
Oh yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
Waldo, if you're listening to this, dude,
He
you need to
is.
start doing that, bro. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, you need to be a professional ad libber because you would be fucking gas at that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's Wayne. It's Wayne, bitch. Yo, if Waldo was a producer, he would have a fire producer tag.
He
It's
would,
Wayne,
he
bitch.
would. He could have that ad lib tag, right? Be like at the beginning of his song, like Wayne, bitch, and then
Yeah.
throughout, and then you're like, oh, bet Wayne's on this shit, let's go, and he would just be like, a feature for fucking obviously like,
For Lil Wayne.
you know what, no, oh, that would be funny as fuck. But no, what I was gonna say, he could get the Migos back together. We'll be the third.
Well, you couldn't.
Why not?
Not all of them.
That's what I mean. I mean, one down, Wayne will fill in. I mean, they're pretty much just a bunch of ad libbers
Was
anyway. Yeah.
Wayne's just a substitute Migo?
Yeah, I think so.
Was it Takeoff? Was Takeoff the one that got killed?
I don't know. We shouldn't butcher this. This is a man's life.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't listen to Migos like that, so I don't know. Like I
No,
remember
I don't know any of them.
Oh yeah, Takeoff
Yeah,
was the one.
Takeoff.
He died on November 1st, 2022. That's sad. Migos got us through college, dude. They were popping when we were in college.
They were, dude. They were a good sound, bro.
Fun sound. I remember we would go and play basketball on Sunday mornings after like raging all night Saturday night. We'd go play basketball, and Journey would bring his big speaker that he had on the fucking. It was like a suitcase speaker. And we would just post up at the Kiss City basketball court for like 4 hours and just blast Migos and play basketball hungover, and then get McDonald's on our way home.
One of my all-time favorites is Bricks. It's technically a Carnage song, but it's featuring Migos. But yeah, I mean, Carnage is just like a DJ, right? So it's Migos is the only art like vocals on it. They're the only vocals on it. Dude, that was my freshman year at Stockton. That was our like preseason wake up song every day, 6 a.m.s on the turf. Dude, honestly, our coach knew what he was doing. 6 a.m. practice on the turf because turf isn't super hot yet and nobody else wants to practice at 6 a.m. So he gets us out there early on the turf, and then we're on the grass for our afternoon, for like our noon practice. And then we'd be on the grass or the turf for our evening practice, like for our 11v11.
By noon, the dew is like off the grass, but it's like also, the turf is probably pretty hot by then. So then you fucking go over to the grass, do your 12 o'clock there, and then go back to the turf at night when it's cooled off.
We had a small patch of field that was like a quarter of a field behind like our stadium field. There was no football team at Stockton, so like it was just like the track was just a soccer pitch. It was so nice. It was like Bermuda grass. It was beautiful, dude. Best fields in the NJAC, the New Jersey Athletic Conference. Like, cause most of the other fields are turf because like it's hard to maintain such a high quality of grass like in New Jersey all year round. But especially because there's a football team, so we're like, dude, we're also, just the NJAC. We can't fucking have our football team playing on Bermuda grass, and we can't afford two stadiums. So Stockton has no football team, so they're like, all right, we're just gonna have mad nice grass in our stadium.
Bermuda grass would not exist after one football game.
Yeah, no Bermuda grass in New York.
I will say though, playing soccer on Bermuda or playing soccer on turf fucking sucks. I hated that shit.
Yeah, dude, the grass. I like grass way better. Our high
So
school
much
field was
better,
pretty
dude.
good too. There was just good grass there. It was peaked, so like it ran off and there wasn't like puddles, and you don't really notice the peak when you're playing. At least I never did.
Yeah.
Um, but it was nice, dude. I loved our field. We had one of the best fields that we played on
Our
for
soccer
sure.
field was like playing in a World War II crater, but then sometimes if we had like games under the lights, we'd get to play on the football field, and it was so much better than our soccer field, which just says a
Oh,
lot because
I hated our football field. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
yeah,
dude, it says a lot when our football team was like way more popular and just like way bigger at the time. I don't know if they're still
yeah,
good now, but like we would go on playoff runs almost every week, every year. I mean, our soccer team, my senior year was the first time we made playoffs since like 20, 2002, some shit like that. Maybe even earlier than
damn,
that. Our soccer team almost didn't exist like when I was a freshman. That's how bad it was. So like obviously we get to play on the football field and it would be like, holy shit, like this is how a soccer ball is supposed to roll. And then every away game, dude, half the challenge of us being good was we weren't used to like playing on real soccer fields. So we'd go to an away game, we would play this school called Ichabod Crane, and they were like back to back to back state champions, like my 9 to 11, or I don't know if they won my senior year, but they were like the team, and they had the nicest fucking field, them in Shalmont, and we'd get there and we wouldn't know how to play on it because we were used to fucking making a 15-yard pass to the middle of the field or like square with us, and the ball's bouncing like 6 times. Do you know what I
right,
mean?
right, right.
This
Yeah,
ball would roll and we'd be like, it'd go right through our feet and be like, oh shit,
right.
this is how it's
Because when it's
supposed to go.
bouncing like that, you gotta fucking ping a ball at somebody, and then when it's
Yeah,
turf, dude, that thing's just flying around.
yeah, yeah, dude. And then also like the dimensions of our field were so much like wider than everybody else's soccer field. So we'd go to an away game, play on their actual soccer field, and we'd be like, damn, this is a tight fucking field because
Yeah,
we're used to playing on 130 fucking yard wide field, and this is fucking barely 110.
yeah. We had a wide pitch too. I don't remember how wide it was, but ours was bigger than most teams. Um, there's probably
So
like 15 to 20 yards from the 18 to the corner flag or more. Maybe like 15. 20 sounds like a lot. But everything
yeah,
looks
20. I don't know. 20
everything
does sound like a lot, but I don't know the exact.
and everything looks smaller.
Yeah, when you're on a smaller soccer field compared to the one that you're used to playing on, you can tell just by looking at it, just by standing on it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
Everything is just you feel just like confined almost.
Yeah. Yeah, we usually would get out on that Bermuda grass because there was like a little quarter pitch of Bermuda that they kept on the side. We'd get out there for the afternoons. Just do like some small stuff, some footwork and stuff, and small sided half field games, and
I
see
loved
if we can
the
ping one off the crossbar to skip our 6 a.m. the next day. See if we can get a crossbar challenge going.
dude, the drill that I loved the most was like it was basically just a half field like 6-on-6 or whatever, and then we had like obviously the attacking team, the offense would shoot on goal, and then the defending team had like little two corner goals like at each side.
Yeah,
That was my favorite fucking drill, dude.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I played center mid, so like or like center defensive mid in high school. So I would just play defense, and then when I got to play offense, I just literally just get to take rippers, dude. Like I would run into the box like a header, but I was basically just
Yeah.
kind of sitting back, and then the ball would come back out to me, and I would just get to take absolute shitters.
Not
It's my favorite
bad,
drill.
dude. Taking shitters.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw this fucking Instagram reel today, and this guy, he had a gnarly accent. He was like, "So I was having a nice lunch with my friend Lucy, and we get to the dessert section, and she says that she might fancy something on this menu, and I think I'm very turned off by this. So I say, oh no, no, thank you, and she says, oh come on, like why not? And I said, well, why? And she was like, oh, just for shits and giggles. He's like, I do not want shits and giggles. Who wants this? Who wants shits and giggles? Anyway, he goes on and on and on, and he's like, I don't want shits. I want one shit. I just want singular shit, right? I just want it when I'm done. I don't want to have multiple shits. I mean, I'm having the diary.
The diary.
He first used like his native tongue for it, and then he said like something else, and then the diary. And then he was like, and I don't want those giggles. He's like, who giggles? I'm a man. Maybe I will do a chuckle. Maybe I could do a poop and a chuckle. I was like, I do not want shits and giggles. I want a poop and a chuckle.
I'm gonna start saying that instead of shits and giggles, and I'm just gonna say just for poops and chuckles.
But it's just one poop, one chuckle.
Yeah, chuckle. Oh, that's funny.
So
Shits.
that's good shit.
What would the abbreviated version like when you say shits and gigs?
Poop and chuck.
Po and chucks, poop and chuck.
I think he's got to say poop. I mean, because it's still shits, right?
Yeah,
Shits and gigs. Yeah, poop and chuck.
poop and chuck. Just for poop and chuck. The fuck are we
Yeah, poop
talking
and chuck.
about, dude? That's gold. Do you want to talk maybe a little baseball?
Yeah, you want to start with Jorge Lopez? Because I do.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Well, yeah. All right, let's get into it. I'm ready.
All right.
I prepared myself
So
for this conversation.
Jorge Lopez, for those of you that don't know, was a pitcher for the New York Mets, and I say was because he had a game yesterday. He was pitching on the mound, and he got into an argument with the third base umpire.
What was it
And
about? Was it about
I
the
was just
check
gonna say, I
swing? Because
don't
I
remember.
couldn't figure it out.
I think it was about the check swing, and I think that a lot of people were like, "Yeah, that was certainly a check swing. Like it was obviously like that should have been a strike."
Yeah.
So he ends up getting tossed by this third base umpire. So he's walking off the field and he throws his glove over the dugout and over the netting and into the stands, and then he walks off and he goes home. And everybody's upset that he threw his glove into the stands. And like, I get it, he was throwing a fit and he was throwing a little bit of a tantrum, but like, whatever, dude, he's pissed off, he's throwing his shit, and now a fan is going home with a glove. That's way better than the baseball that gets thrown over the, like, people throw 100 baseballs. Let him toss his glove up there. Could you imagine Bryce Harper? I'm pretty sure he threw his helmet over there once. Like
Yeah, I
maybe
was gonna say
enjoyed.
that. He whipped his fucking helmet and people thought it was awesome.
Yeah, dude. So like, I don't understand like all the hate, right? And then he gets into the post game interview, and he says, blah blah blah, whatever. He's the worst teammate in the MLB, and he doesn't speak very good English. And it sounded like he said, "I'm on the worst team in the MLB." That's what it sounded like, and that is what I heard at first, honestly, my first listen. And
Yeah.
then when I saw that he was like, no, he posted and was like, "I said I'm the worst teammate. Thanks for making it worse, media," or something like that. He posted, like, I think on his story. I saw like a screenshot of it. So I was like, oh, let me go back and listen to it. And he definitely did say teammate. It's like very broken English, so like,
Yeah.
it's very easy to misinterpret. And like I definitely did at first listen as well, and I was like, oh shit. But so that happens. The Mets DFA'd him today, effectively, cut him from the roster for layman's terms. Yeah, that's wild. He posted this big apology today. He was like, I didn't mean to, like disparage the Mets organization or anything like that. You know what I mean? I said that I was the worst teammate, and like I wasn't ever trying to say anything about the Mets. Like they're a great organization. I wish them nothing but success. Blah blah blah. And he did say, he was like, whether or not the Mets want me back, like that's up to them. But I'll be here tomorrow if they'll have me. Like I'll be right back here. Like if they still want me. So he was like, I don't know, seemed pretty like remorseful about it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I don't know how true this is, but I did see something today that like something about like his son needing like a transplant or something, so he's just got like a lot of like on his
Yeah.
mind. And people were like, yeah, like people don't realize like a lot of these athletes are at the base level like humans just like us too. Like they get idolized so much that I think a lot of people kind of like always expect to see them be perfect, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
they're gonna have a blow up. Like, it's just human nature. And
Apparently he's got a bunch of like mental health issues as well, like that, like seem to be pretty public knowledge. And yeah, his son definitely had like some physical health issues. And yesterday was his son's birthday, right? So like probably that's on him extra heavy, like on his mind extra heavy. And not being able to be there as well. So
yeah,
yeah, tough,
it's
dude.
just
Tough to see them cut him,
just
dude.
an unfortunate decision on both parties, dude. Um, like I don't know if you're the Mets, maybe like talk to. I'm sure they did talk to him at some point, but be like,
I don't
don't. I
know.
feel like they just reacted because of what the media like portrayed it to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're like,
and they
oh,
said that
he talked shit. Let's cut him.
the Mets said that he embarrassed their franchise or whatever. Dude, you guys
You're doing
embarrass
that to
yourselves all
yourself,
the time.
dude.
What about
Yeah,
like okay, you know what?
exactly, bro.
Here's the thing. You know what's the epitome of the Mets? It's many years ago when we were in college or high school. I remember watching this on Sports Center, not top 10. It's like bottom of the ninth, the Mets are up, 2 outs, pop fly, shallow outfield, second baseman fucking drops it. They go on to lose the game.
That
Like
was against the Yankees in
I was gonna say, I
2006,
thought
and
it
then
was the Yanks.
yeah, it was A-Rod. A-Rod just popped up like with 2 men on and 2 outs, and Michael K was literally like, and that should do it. And then he just starts screaming, "He dropped the ball! He dropped the ball!" And then the Yankees just racing around the bases, and the Mets lose the game.
That's the Mets in a nutshell, like to me. And you know what, Cohen? Like you embarrass this franchise every single fucking offseason. What are you doing signing fucking Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander, these old ass dinosaurs, to be your 1 and 2 in a rotation?
And he's not only is he paid, he's 50
Paying them
million,
a
like 50
lot,
million a
dude. So
year.
much
Yeah,
money,
dude.
dude.
And
Just to
then,
blow it all up.
well, dude, yeah, then they blow it all up, and Justin Verlander gets traded back to Houston, and Verlander was a Met for what, 4 months? And then
Dude, 4 days.
the second the Mets play Houston, I think it was, they had like a video on the scoreboard of like, "Thank you, Justin." For what? Robbing you? He robbed you, bro. Like he
Yeah.
robbed you $50 million and went back to the Astros, and then
Yep.
was, you know, in the playoffs, deep into the playoffs with the Astros again.
Dealing
And
in
then
the
you're out here
playoffs.
like thanking him, dude. Like you're just making yourself look like such a joke. And when I saw
Yeah.
that, I was like, dude, this is the most Mets move I think of all time. Like
Yeah.
you're blowing up a season that was supposed to be super successful. You got Steve Cohen spending like $1 billion on this team, and then a year and a half later, max, like you're rebuilding again, and it's just like, and then you're out here thanking Justin Verlander, and then DFAing this guy yesterday, and then holding a team meeting. It's like, dude, you guys are a mess. You always will be a mess. And oh, dude. And then when Juan Soto signed with the Yankees, all the Mets fans on Twitter were like, "Oh, well, Stevie, big pocket Stevie's just gonna sign him next year anyway, or they're gonna trade him to the Mets by the end of the season." I'm like, dude, you guys are so delusional. You think if Hal Steinbrenner doesn't open his fucking bank account, hand Juan Soto a blank check, he's gonna choose New York Mets over the Yankees, dude? Like the Yankees, obviously I'm biased, but they're like the most historic baseball franchise in the country.
For sure.
Winning culture. Like, what do the Mets have over the Yankees? Nothing. There's not a thing that they have. And it's just like, bro, you guys are just like, you should worry about what's going on with your own team, because Juan Soto is not going to fix the issues that you guys have to begin with.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Their issues run deep.
It's like I feel bad. I feel so bad for Mets fans because they're just put through the runner year after year. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, like what can you do at that point? Like I see Frank the Tank from Barstool just losing his mind every year, and it's like, dude, at what point do you just start to expect it and like, oh, just be excited when the Mets are good on random years? Like I feel like they
Yeah,
go into
yeah.
every year saying they're going to be so good, and it's just like it never happens.
Yep.
I will say they were in the World Series like 2015, so more recent than the Yankees. That's about all they got on the Yankees.
They've
They went
always
to the
been
World
like
Series regionals.
not always, but they've been like somewhat relevant. They've had good players. Like David Wright was like such a stud. Like he was like one of the best players in the MLB for a while, and he was a Met for the majority
Mike
of his career.
Piazza,
Mike
Johan
Piazza.
Santana, like
They
they just can't figure it out.
they
That's
just
the
met
thing with the
every
Mets.
time they met, dude.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, it's just a matter of when. It's not if, it's just when.
right. And now like they're paying Lindor $1 billion for the next 15,000 years, and it's like, bro, that's
Not
gonna be
working
a
out
tough
too well.
contract if you don't get this man some help soon.
Yeah. Well, the Yanks are looking pretty good.
Mm,
The
tough
boys are
news.
hitting. The boys are pitching.
Tough news out of Yankees land as of like 2 hours ago. Clark Schmidt goes down on the IL 15-day with like a lateral strain, and then it came out probably right before we hopped on this. He's on a program of 4 to 6 weeks of not throwing, so he's gonna be gone for a big chunk of the season, at least a
Yeah,
month and a half,
because
because
he's not even
they're not
throwing
just
for 4 to 6
he's not
weeks.
even throwing, dude. They're gonna have to build him back up. I think Clark, as good as he's been phenomenal this year. I mean, as of like every Yankees pitcher in the starting rotation has been great. Clark's
Yeah,
taken a huge step forward, and I think when he comes back, he's going to be a huge addition to the bullpen because Clark goes down, Cole takes his spot in 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month from now. So it's not like we're gonna have to put up with like maybe a Clayton Beater or some other Poteet, I think his name is another like depth guy we have that we could bring up. I forget who they called up. They did call someone up today, but dude, substituting Clark Schmidt with Garrett Cole, like, just almost, I mean, it does make this rotation better than it's already been, and it's
for
already been
sure.
insane.
How close is
Um,
Cole to coming back?
he's probably a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks out of starting a rehab assignment where he's, pitching in minor league games.
Right,
So probably
another month,
they're not going to rush him.
maybe
It's going to
3
be two to
weeks.
three of those games.
Yeah,
So he's probably like a month and a half, I would say. I about All-Star break is when, if we come out of the All-Star break and we have Garrett Cole for the second half of the season, I am like World Series
rock
or bust,
hard.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, I
yeah.
wanted to share a stat with you last night when I texted you. You texted me last night and we're like, "Hey, are we podding tomorrow?" And I said yes, and then I said, "Dude, Luis Heel is gonna win the AL Cy Young." And I was watching the game last night while I texted that because he was pitching, and they're on the West Coast right now, so the games don't start until like 9:40. So I've just been literally just getting in bed and watching them, and I've stayed up for the first two, which is surprising. But last night, Luis Heel was dealing, dude. He went 8 innings, I think 2 hits, 9 Ks, and 1 run. And the 1 run he came up was a solo shot off of the wall in LA. They have a wall with a yellow line, but the wall goes higher. But the ball hit under the yellow line. It didn't go over the fucking wall, but it still counted as a home run because it was over the yellow line, but like not over the wall. Fucking stupid. You got hit a home run is out of the park. The ball needs to leave the ballpark. That's if you have a tall wall there, that's your design. That's the home run wall. You know what I mean? So, anyways, pitched great. Michael K's on there, and he rips off this crazy stat. It's called ERA plus. So, do you know what ERA plus is? Before I explain it, it's basically ERA at a weighted average, and it takes into consideration ballpark. So it's like, it's not just it's not like a stat that's just this is what it is. Like it takes ballparks into consideration that you pitched at. An ERA plus of 100 is average, and last year Garrett
Okay,
Cole won the AL Cy Young with an ERA plus of 160. So he was 60% better than the average MLB pitcher. Luis Heel
okay.
right now, granted, I mean it's June, so it's a good chunk of games. He started the year in the rotation, but I will say it's still it's June. We still
Still
have a lot
very
of ball
early.
left.
Yeah.
Has an ERA plus of like 194 after last night.
God damn.
Dude, like he doesn't give up runs and he just mows people down. That's all he does. And it's literally been from the beginning. Like we're witnessing an ace like become an ace with Luis Heel. Dude, he's some of the most electric. He throws fucking heat. He tops out at like 98, I think, but it looks like it's like 104 the way this man throws baseball. It's insane to watch. And like people can't catch up with
104.
anything he throws. Yeah. His biggest problem, it's not like he doesn't hit 104, but it looks like it just the way like
Yeah.
his fastball moves. People were saying like when he was a prospect and coming up even like before he got Tommy John, his biggest issue was control, so he like had problems walking people and like people getting on base, and then he would get tagged for a home run, and before you know it, it's 3-0. He's completely. I think Garrett Cole has had a huge part in this, where he's kind of like been his mentor throughout the season and shown him some things and kind of just like taught him. And like he doesn't walk anyone now. Like he'll have an occasional inning where he like walks one or two, and it's like all right, like you still see hints of it there, but
All
like
right.
he doesn't walk anybody now, and he just like fucking his mix is disgusting. And I think Garrett Cole was like took him under his wing and turned him into an ace. It's been crazy to watch, dude.
All right, let's talk about some other really good pitchers.
Ranger Suarez.
So after we talk about him, he fucking got tagged. He gave up like 5 earned.
Yeah, I saw that.
But still a stud. I'm not worried about it.
That's gonna happen, dude. It happened to
Yeah.
Cole last year once or twice, you know,
Right. I was actually gonna say Imanaga on the Cubs. He actually got tagged last night,
for
but
like 7.
before that, he had like a .8 or a .5 ERA, and now after giving up, I think 7 in like 5 innings, his ERA is still, I think it's like a 1.5. It's like the best in the league, I think, still
Yeah.
allegedly.
I mean,
He's having a crazy year.
a 1.5 ERA is almost like not sustainable. But I mean, like I said, it's June and he's got a 1.5 ERA. That's still insane, dude.
Exactly.
I wonder what the best ERA. I want to say it was like a 1.4 or something. Was
I
the
know
best ERA to finish the
Imanaga
season.
right now has a 1.86 according to MLB.
That's still really good. Good. I
Seth
think
Lugo's
Heels right
got
now is 1.99.
1.72 and Suarez is 1.75. Heel is 1.99, correctamundo. Tanner Hawk is 1.90 and Reese Olson is 1.92. Those are the only 6 that are under 2.
That's wild. Dude, pitching's been really, really good this year. Offense has been down. I was watching MLB TV the other night, and they were saying like offense this year has been down. Pitching's just been really good, which is crazy because this happened a few years ago, and people were like, "Oh, it's because of the spider attack." But now pitchers don't have that, and I feel like nothing has changed. I think they're just starting to learn to spin the ball a little bit more, like better, with all this technology and science that they have available now, dude. And I wouldn't be surprised if baseball ends up having to like push their mound back a little bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised either.
Would you be? How would you feel if they did? Would you be like, "Oh, this is going to be better for the game because more offense," or like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it now because I think it's like at a good spot now, but I'm also like to the average person. Like I can sit down and enjoy any baseball game, like, but the average person, like, they're like, this is boring. I want to see more hitting, or this is good. Like I like pitcher duels. Like
I think you need to. I think that the average velocity needs to get a little bit higher, right? Like I think you need to have more people that are consistently throwing heat and being like untouchable. But yeah, I mean, I'm all about it, right? Like if you're like, look, we're evolving as a species, and we just continue to become our better selves if you're doing the right things, and so yeah, you're just gonna continue to throw harder and harder and harder. Um, Especially now, you see, I think
same could be
there's
said
been
with hitting though too.
yeah, but it's just like so like that's what I mean. Okay, already it's you have to react in like the quickest time ever
Like
in like point
literally
oh
blink of
something
an eye.
seconds. Right. So like you already have to figure it out that quick. Okay, so now you got to do it even quicker. Like you're like I don't know. It just feels like it's
Yeah.
getting ridiculous, like a little ridiculous. So okay, so you move it back like 3 feet, right? Make it 63 feet.
Oh no shot, dude. It's probably gonna be like 6 inches max. It's gonna move it back. 63 feet takes so much off your velocity. Like
You
even
think
adding
so?
a feet, yeah. They'd probably move it back. I have no like fact-based knowledge of this, but like from what I've heard and like kind of just the shit that I've watched, I feel like 6 inches would probably be like, all right, we'll go from there. 3 feet would make everything a meatball. These pitches are going to be breaking like way too early. You're going to
Yeah.
recognize that way sooner. And
Yeah.
I mean, hey, maybe
Yeah,
that's what
that's
they
true.
want, you know? Back in the early 2000s, people were throwing 93 and that was heat. You know what I mean? So
Right.
maybe just go back to that.
Manny Ramirez, happy birthday. He's got like over 500 home runs, like 515 or something like that. Let me look that up. But he also has a 312 batting average.
Yeah, Manny was an absolute menace at the plate, dude. He just couldn't field his position for fuck.
and but that's all right, dude. Oh, he had 555. He
That's
batted
crazy.
312 average with a 996 OPS,
That's Hall of Fame.
1800 RBIs. Yeah, dude. Big
Manny's not
fan
in the
of.
Hall of Fame yet, right?
I don't think so.
See when he's eligible. He might be eligible now. He just hasn't gotten voted in.
He falls short on 2023 ballot.
Yeah. Damn. He'll get in. He'll get in one day. He was probably my favorite Red Sox to watch, like during that whole early 2000s Yankees Red Sox rivalry. I mean, Big
Yeah,
Papi
dude.
obviously was a menace too of that team, but Manny was
Those are
just
my
like,
two.
yeah. Manny
Love.
and David Ortiz, like the epitome of Red Sox baseball to me.
Yes, me too. I think Mookie did them well also.
Mookie did do them well. That might be the same curse as them trading Babe Ruth, dude. Like letting Mookie leave was a bad decision for the Red Sox.
Yeah, they've let a handful of like really solid talent leave or have
Yeah,
traded away
Mookie, JD
recently.
Martinez, as of recent. I mean, this isn't as recent. It didn't really work out for the Yankees, but they traded Jacoby Ellsbury when he was good. But yeah, the Red Sox. I don't know what the Red Sox are doing, bro.
Ever.
I mean, Tanner Houck they got going. Like, he's having a great start to the year, and they're hanging in there. Like I'm pretty sure they have more wins than the Blue Jays right now. Let's take a look at the standings. Actually, first MLB standings update. Did we do one? Have we done one yet this year?
I don't know.
The Red Sox are in third, bro. They're 500 right now, 28 and 28. The Rays are 28 and 29, and the Blue Jays are 26 and 29. So the bottom half of the AL East under the Yankees and Orioles right now is tight.
For sure. The Central looks
Uh,
pretty solid, except for the White
Central looks
Sox.
solid. I saw something yesterday. It was like if the playoffs started today, and it was like the bracket of what the MLB playoffs would look like, and I think there was 3 teams from the AL Central in that, which is nuts to think about. So they're just like the fucking mid division of mid.
Yeah. Because you'd have the Mariners, the Yankees, and the Guardians. And then you'd have the Orioles as the first wild card, and then the Royals and then the Twins as the next 2 wild cards. That's how
Yeah,
you get your 6. Not bad.
not bad, dude. Pretty easy fucking playoff run for the Yanks. Dude, we own the Twins in the playoffs. It's disgusting. I think we're like, I want to say we've knocked them out like 14 years, like in the past 20 or something like that.
Damn. That's crazy numbers.
Let me see. Something similar to that. 16 and 2 against the Twins in the postseason since 1900. So we're 16 and 2 basically all time against them in the postseason.
Well, since 1900, it's like so not even close to all time, bro. You know how much time was before 1900?
Oh my, yeah,
Bro,
dude,
come
1900 years.
on.
It says it
uh,
right there, dude. Could you
uh,
imagine? Dude, I saw something on Instagram the other day, and it was like, if the start of human civilization was put on a clock of all time altogether, we would have been born at like 11:59 and 59 seconds all the time.
for sure.
That's nuts. Or like, not before the Earth, but like Earth's existence.
Yeah. Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, we were born 25 years ago.
I'm 27, dude.
Or you're saying, so you're saying the start of all mankind if you put it
Yeah.
on this,
Yeah.
if you put it
Yeah.
on this on Earth's timeline.
Yeah, we would be born at
So the start of,
11:59.
but no, we wouldn't be born. Human civilization would start.
Well, humans are born. You know what I mean? Like the start of humans. Yeah.
Right. You see,
You
you
thought
kept
you were talking
saying
about me and you?
you kept saying
Come
we
on,
would have been
bro.
born.
Yeah.
You said we would have been born, right?
Yeah,
So like I thought you were talking about you and I.
No, dude, I'm talking about the concept of the entire timeline of the existence. You think I'm talking about us as individuals?
Bro, we're probably two like pretty influential. Like, we're
No,
like
dude.
pretty influential part of our generation. I think it matters. I think people are mapping it out. When would the random roommates fucking duo have been born? Like on the timeline of Earth? I think I need to know. Because these guys seem so smart. They could be like, from maybe like 3 in the afternoon or something. Maybe they've been around for a while. They seem to be pretty wise.
Yeah, we probably would have been born at like 10 o'clock at night, an hour before 11:59 on the last day of the year calendar. That's how late we were born in human history.
Before all the other humans.
25 years is like the blink of an eye, faster than a blink of an eye in the whole like concept of time.
Probably, yeah.
Wild to think about.
That's crazy, bro. We've been around, these humans been around for a hot minute.
A hot minute in our eyes. The
That's
blink
true.
of an eye in all of time.
Um, yeah.
Like, think about dinosaurs was like 1,000,000 years ago, and that's still not even like that much time compared to all time. I saw something, dude. It
No.
was like the Stegosaurus and the T-Rex were farther apart in time than we are to the T-Rex. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. What
Like
about
I
the
didn't know
Stogosaurus?
dinosaurs were around that long.
Yeah, they've been around for a while. Or they were around for a while. R.I.P.
And the T-Rex is like the most stereotypical like dinosaur you think of that, and it's really just like the newest dinosaur. That was one of the
Yeah,
last
dude, it's not
dinosaurs.
even fucking OG like that.
It's not. The Stegosaurus was around just eating
That's
plants,
probably why it's
chilling.
so popular because, like, they didn't
It was just
have.
closest to the time of
Well,
us.
it was probably harder to find the bones of the older ones.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're
Um,
fossils, not even like their actual bone.
dude, Earth was probably so chill back then. They were just like giant fucking reptile, like elephants, or like if you cross an elephant with a giraffe and made it like a reptile, that's what a stegosaurus would be like.
Yeah, dude, that's exactly what it would be. That was really good. That was pretty spot on, honestly.
They're like thick. They're like thick as fuck in the middle, and then they got a
Like
long
long
ass neck, and
neck.
they just be munching on trees, bro.
Elephant giraffe, that's all a Stegosaurus was.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Without the
it just
ears.
split into two.
Giraffe ears. Dude, I think the Stegosaurus is one of the most underrated dinosaurs, honestly.
I think I might have to agree with you. I think it reminds me of the hippo. I think the hippos are underrated. Oh, dude, we're
Hippos
thinking
are
of
kind of
the
mean.
way wrong thing. I promise we're thinking about the way wrong thing.
We are?
Google's. Oh, wait, no, wait. These are.
Stegosaurus?
This thing looks like an AT-AT, bro. With spikes on
Oh, what's the
it.
dinosaur with the long neck? This is not what I was thinking of. This is what it
No,
was,
man.
though, and the thing that I saw, it was the Stegosaurus and the T-Rex, so I just assumed the
Yeah, yeah,
Stegosaurus
yeah.
was the big
This
plant
thing
eater
looks
guy.
like it looks like the fucking. That's what I like to call him. I'm sorry with that.
Those are kind of cool dinosaurs, too. Those are classic, like, every kid has a Stegosaurus as a toy.
I don't think they're this big though. The Stegosaurus.
I'm
I
trying to
mean,
figure out the
maybe,
name of
yeah.
this. Brachiosaurus? I think that's what it is. Yeah, wait, let's see.
The
Dude!
Brontosaurus.
Dude! I'm on Google and I searched Brachiosaurus and it has a little speaker thing next to it, so I thought it was gonna say, like, in a human voice, how to pronounce Brachiosaurus, but it just made the dinosaur noise. I played it, it was just like, what the hell? Oh god, that caught me off guard. Yeah, I like these guys, dude. They're just the ones that sit under a tree and just munch on leaves all day and chill. They lived
Yeah,
154 to 150 million years ago.
they only had a 4-year run. That's not very chill.
A
4
4 year.
million, 4 million year run.
It says they lived 162, so 145 to 161.2 is when they lived. They're 72
Okay.
feet tall.
So think about how fucking long they were, bro.
Let's see. Yeah, a
So you're
T-Rex
telling
lived
me, yo, this
66
is
million to
100.
83 million years ago. So those guys, the Brachiosaurus is a lot older than a T-Rex too.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, dinosaurs are dope. We should look into them more. I
Dinosaurs
wish we
are
could.
dope.
I wish we could bring them back, dude. They're just
Dude,
like they belong in like the marsh. Like they're 100% like half water creatures.
you know what would be sick? And I don't know,
What's
this might
that?
exist. I have no idea. But like a Planet of the Earth doc, but like dinosaurs. Just give me like the best CGI you can, because I think one of the Planet Earths has like a lot of CGI in it, or it's just crazy film work. But obviously you can't film dinosaurs. But give me a crazy nice CGI dinosaur like Planet of the Earth doc, where I can just 3 episodes, an hour each, learn about like dinosaurs in 3 hours, and just watch like a good dinosaur documentary. I would be all about that, dude.
You know what sucks?
What?
Life was probably so good for these dudes, and
Which
then
one?
all of
The
them,
Planet
bro.
Eaters?
All of them. Life was probably so good, and then there was some fucking crazy thing and with like the tectonic plates or some bullshit causing the whole Earth to flip on its head or something. And
Wasn't I
like
thought it
think
was a
about
meteor? Wasn't it a meteor that like
there's
wiped
no
out the dinosaurs?
yeah, that's what they say. Maybe that was the final one. But like think about it. These dudes lived for like 14 or like 20 million years. Almost 20 million years. Like a lot of shit
That's a long
changes in
ass
20
time.
million years. Yeah, dude, and like think about like how the Grand Canyon was like is like so many different layers of like ocean that has like kind of gone over time, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like those are like seismic changes to like their environment that they live in. And there's a lot of like pretty like crazy just like natural events other than meteors, in the history of the
yeah,
world.
that's true, dude. Yeah, I
They were
never put
just
into
big
perspective
chilling.
how long that time is. So like, you know how much shit could happen in 24 million years? So we can't even
Yeah.
comprehend that, dude, because we've been around for like a
24.
couple thousand.
But I've only been around for 24, 20.
I got
Well, I've
something
been
to tell
around
you,
for
dude.
27, almost 28. Ooh, getting old, getting up there.
Yeah, we're on the closer side to 30. Oh, you know what? You know what hit my heart today? I saw that it was funny. So EA Sports doesn't have the rights to FIFA anymore. So 2K
Right.
just picked up the rights for FIFA. So it's going to be 2K FIFA now.
Okay.
And they're like the first game is going to be launched right before the 2026 World Cup, so it's coming up soon. And I was like, holy shit, dude, we're like halfway through 2024. I feel like the 2022 World Cup was like a few months ago.
Yeah, that feels like this past winter or fall. Sorry.
Yeah, and the World Cup is literally in like a year and a half.
I guess it's because the last one was only like a year and a half ago because it was delayed because it was so hot in Qatar.
That's true. Yeah. What did you think about the fall World Cup?
Not a fan.
Yeah, I don't think I was either. Like it was kind of nice because I got to watch all the games, but
Yeah, yeah, it was all right. I take it back. It was okay.
I mean the World Cup final was absolutely the best World Cup final I think I'm ever gonna see. That was crazy.
Yeah, that
Remember
was
that?
great. Yeah, dude, that does not feel like it. Like, it doesn't feel like we should be getting ready for the next World Cup.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, holy shit, dude, time's been flying by. But to hold us over, one we have the Champions League final in 2 days, and
Yeah,
what's it called? Starts on like the 14th, the Euros.
Euros.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna be some good footy to watch. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, and we got the CONCACAF firing up. Obviously, if you want to watch the men's team, the U.S. men's team,
Yeah, summer ball, dude. Summer ball is right around the corner.
summer ball's right around the corner.
Summer's when there's good international footy, just hit different every time. Every time there's
Yeah,
like a
because the
Euros or a World
summer,
Cup or Gold
yeah,
Cup
the
or just
summer
something.
soccer games like matter.
Yeah,
Everything else, like sometimes they're like qualifiers. It's very rarely. Usually they're just friendlies throughout the year.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, it's fun, dude. Summer ball, there's usually a trophy to be lifted.
yeah. How you feeling about the men's team?
I have no idea who's on it.
Haven't been really following, but I
No,
mean,
me at all. Me either.
once they start playing some cup matches or something, I'm obviously gonna tune in. But
I mean, dude, they've been winning like all the trophies lately in CONCACAF, so I mean that makes me happy. I mean, it's them, Mexico, and Canada, but I feel like they've
yeah,
been getting better. So I mean, we'll see. I mean, those games are always going to be scrappy with Mexico for sure, and like even with Canada. But
I just hope that by the next World Cup we have like a competitive team. I'm kind of sick of being like on the fence with like the United States team like in confidence. Like I hate going into a game and feeling like an underdog like most of the time
I
in World
always
Cup
feel
games.
like an underdog.
Yeah, but I mean, you play against like Ghana, you know what I mean? You expect the United States to beat Ghana or like Puerto Rico. Like I
I
expect them
actually
to beat
don't
teams like
expect
that
us
now.
to beat Ghana, and Puerto Rico was good a few World Cups ago. They had like a really nice run.
Yeah, but I feel like we have the talent
No, for
like
sure, for sure. We
to
should
be
be
that
beating
confident.
those teams.
Yeah, and we just never are. I'm like sick of that shit. Like we don't put bad teams away every time when we should.
Correct.
We let them linger, and then they get one back, and then it's like, all right, well we dropped 2 points, tying fucking
Trinidad and
the
Tobago.
Virgin
No
Islands,
shade.
and
Like Jay
now we're
White.
fucked in the knockout stages because of it.
Well, I don't think. I mean, it's the U.S. Virgin Islands, bro. They play with us. I don't think that's really going to be an issue.
That's true. I was trying to think of something with a very small population. Forgot they're part of the
Um,
U.S.
Greenland are actually trying to join CONCACAF.
Really?
Yeah. Geographically, it kind of makes sense. Their
Is there
mascot are the
anybody? Do they
polar
have
teddy
anybody
bears.
like on that team? I don't even couldn't tell you what
Dude, I
Greenland's
don't
fucking
think so, bro.
country flag even looks like. What are we taking for guesses? What does Greenland's flag look like?
White
Is it? Oh, it's
and red, maybe.
white and red, and then a circle in it, but then the white and red parts are flipped, so that the red's in the white and the white in the red. It kind of looks like a camera, to be honest.
What was it? Let me pop it open. And I don't hate it, actually.
Greenland
Uh,
soccer player.
Greenland men's team roster. Let's see if that Greenland detailed squad.
I'm not seeing anyone.
Dude, it's empty. It's empty. I guess
Oh,
they want to start a team.
I'm looking at their current squad on Wikipedia. I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know any of these names. John Ludwig Broberg. He's a forward. He's 33. Nemo Thompson. They all play for like professional clubs.
I think they play in like a team or a league that's below CONCACAF. Like I think there's like a Division 2 for international
For
football. Because
CONCACAF.
no, not CONCACAF, or maybe it's CONCACAF. I don't know. Dude, look at their games are against Farce Islands. They lost 6-0. Their biggest win was against Sark. They won
Sark.
16-0 in 2003.
FC St. Pauli 2006 Fifi Wild Cup. Not FIFA, Fifi. Fifi Wild was an alternative to the FIFA World Cup. So yeah, this was run by the Federation of International Football Independence. So Fifi is independent football, and FIFA is the association. Maybe they're trying to move on up, dude.
I think so,
From
dude.
Fifi to FIFA. Well, God bless them. What about Iceland? Does
Um,
Iceland have a team?
so they've been
I feel
trying
like
to
they do,
get
right?
they've been trying to get on the scene for a while. I guess they have some issue with like the playing field. Um,
The playing field.
FIFA's approval of the field turf may allow Greenland to create FIFA standard playing pitches and apply to play to full internationals. The first artificial turf in Greenland was completed and inaugurated in Talk in September 2009. FIFA approved it, which was like a big step to being granted FIFA membership. Yeah, they could either join UEFA or CONCACAF.
Obviously, they're taking CONCACAF. Why wouldn't you, dude? Easy pickings over
Yeah,
there.
yeah. I think the
Yeah.
plan so it says the plan was to submit the application on June 21st, Greenland National Day, blah blah blah. On May 13th, they submitted their application to become the 42nd member of CONCACAF.
Wow, I wonder how long that process takes after the application.
The
They just
team
gonna be thrown into
scheduled,
these tournaments and stuff.
I don't know, dude. They scheduled a match against Turkmenistan the following month as part of a training camp in Turkey. Let's see. They last participated in the island games. They lost to Shetland 5-1. They lost to Bermuda under 23 team 3-2. They lost to Freya 2-0. And they beat Orkney 2-2 in regulation, but they beat them 4-3 on penalties.
Yeah, they've got a tough stage ahead of them.
Yeah, I think
That's cool
they're
though
gonna
that
have a
they're
tough
like
road.
adding. We're getting more countries like involved though. That's always fun.
Yeah. 42 teams is a lot. And like the US
Yeah.
might never play them because like well, probably not for like a qualifying thing. Like the way that it works, they would have to like move up the lower brackets, I believe. I remember talking about it on the pod once and looking
Yeah.
into it. So like the US isn't gonna play them a whole lot, but yeah, cool, good for Greenland. They representing their country and everything. I hope they win something.
I'm excited for the Champions League final on Saturday, dude. We're
Real Madrid versus Borussia Dortmund.
Borussia. We're going to play golf on Saturday, and then Austin and I are going to Wild Wing Cafe to watch the game.
For
So
Poop and Chuck?
Yeah, for Poop and Chuck. No, not for Poop and Chuck, dude. This is the UCL final. This is like Super Bowl for Champions League fans.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong there, but
Yeah, spot on. I wish
All
we had a
right.
good soccer bar to go watch it at. That would be fun. But they're
Yeah, they
like
don't. Those aren't
Myrtle
really
Beach
much
isn't
of a
really.
thing.
Yeah.
There's a handful. There's a handful around you can find, but it's tough. I'm gonna try to catch that game. What time does it start?
3, I believe. Which is wild. I thought it was on Sunday this whole time because for some reason I just associate like championship games being played on Sunday. For some reason, I think that's probably because of the Super Bowl. But like,
Yeah.
soccer's the only other sport that I can think of that has like a one game championship. You know what I mean? That and football.
Yeah.
Everything else is series.
And golf is 4 days.
Golf is 4 days back to back to back to back. I feel
Yeah.
like NBA Finals and MLB World Series is like
Like 4
this is
weeks.
either gonna be like a month long.
All right.
Speaking of
I'm gonna try to.
NBA,
I'm
who
gonna
you
try to
got
watch
tonight's
that.
game?
Tonight's game, we got the Timberwolves and the Mavs. Dude, I don't know. I think I might have the Mavs. Honestly,
I
I
think
think
I
they're gonna
have the
have Derek
Mavs.
Lively back, so I think that's gonna be a bigger factor than people think. I'm kind of leaning that way.
Yeah, and I mean, all it takes is one of Kyrie or Luka to have like a good game, and they're gonna be at least in the game. Um,
Yeah,
I think I like Ant Edwards for one more game, dude. I think I'm taking Mavs in 6, but I think Minnesota could take one tonight, steal one back. I think if Minnesota wins tonight, I think Dallas is gonna start to put uh, get they'll start to play a little nervous, not play nervous, but like I
yeah,
think that's really puts the pressure
with a
on for
little
them
more
to win in
urgency.
6. Yeah, I mean, if by
Yeah,
chance it goes to 7, it's when it's a toss up. I don't know, but
yeah.
I think the Mavs close it out in 6 games, but I think Minnesota might take it tonight.
I think I agree. The Celtics swept the Pacers.
Yeah, dude, watching that series made me so pissed. I was like, bro, if the Knicks somehow win that Pacers series and Jalen Brunson doesn't get hurt, we're winning at least one against Boston. We're not getting swept. There's no
Yeah,
shot.
for sure, for sure. They were just the Pacers were just so bad in clutch time, like
Which
so
is
bad.
wild because they were the most clutch against the Knicks, dude. Like they were getting the most clutch fucking I mean,
Yeah,
except for the last game when the Knicks got blown out, but like, dude, the Knicks could have fucking swiped that series up in 5 games. If the game 3 doesn't go down to the wire like it does, and the Knicks, like we go up 2-0, feeling pretty confident. Knicks lose
yeah,
game 3, like we win game 3, that's different. But like the Pacers went from fucking way up here to way down here when they went from the Knicks to the Celtics, dude. It was wild.
yeah.
They
I
just
think
didn't look like the same team.
the Celtics are a good team, dude. They got between Tatum, Brown, and Derek White, they got a lot of good pieces, and they got a lot of other role guys around them. And especially if Kristaps comes back,
I was gonna say, dude, they haven't even had Kristaps, and I'm not saying he's like the final piece of the puzzle, but like
he's
having
a
him on the court
starter.
just makes it makes them so much better too.
Yeah, yeah, 100% makes them better.
Um,
But yeah, they're either gonna get the Timberwolves or the Mavs. That series has been fun so far.
I think the Mavs winning the series would be the best for the NBA, just because like Kyrie back in Boston is like such a fun story. Like playoffs
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
finals, like that would be such a fun story.
yeah. I agree with that.
Because I think if Minnesota somehow wins the series and they're gonna lose to the Celtics and everyone's gonna be like, I think the stories are just gonna be like Tatum and Brown finally get their rings, and Edwards is gonna be like the next superstar. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. I think Edwards is gonna be a star no matter what, though.
Yeah, he is. But like, I think it's just gonna be the narrative the media is gonna go with is gonna be, and Edwards is like he just took his team to the finals in his second year. Like he's gonna be like the next LeBron. Or no, the
I
next.
mean,
People have already been saying he's the next Michael Jordan.
yeah, yeah. I was gonna say he's already drawing comparisons to Mike. So
But you get the Mavs in the finals, and it's like, Luka gets his first ring, Kyrie gets revenge in Boston, or the same thing for the Celtics, where it's like Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown get their ring. Like Boston has like solidified themselves as the team that
yeah,
doesn't just get to the finals, but like up there with the Nuggets and maybe the Warriors a few years ago.
Jalen Brown was the Eastern Conference Finals MVP.
Yeah, he went off, dude.
He did, dude. He had himself a really good series. He's good. I would
Yeah,
love him in
he's fun.
Philly.
He's fun to watch. What I was watching First Take today, and they're talking about Paul George, not saying that he said this, but they were basically saying like, oh, Paul George needs to get out of LA because Kawhi can't stay healthy. And then
Mm-hmm.
they were like, Philly's got some money, and they're kind of hinting like Paul George Philly could be good. And I was like, I don't know, dude. Like, I feel like Paul George is kind of
Washed.
past his prime. Yeah, I
His
don't think
player
that adds anything
option,
to Philly.
which he hasn't picked up yet. I don't know how you don't, because you're not getting this on the market. Is like $50.8 million for this year. Like, dude, he's
Damn.
gonna pick that up. He's gonna be getting paid $50.8 million. I am good. There were not, I don't think rumors. I think it was like the Sixers saying like, dude, we would love to trade for Jimmy Butler, basically saying like, I think but I don't think the Heat are interested in trading him, but I'd love that. I'd love Jaylen Brown. If Donovan Mitchell became available, I'd be interested. Maybe KD. He's been a little frustrated.
I think KD needs to go out of Phoenix, dude. Like, he's
He's
already
been
known to be just
frustrated.
a
He
top of the
said
round. Just go somewhere. Like,
he
keep
said he
chasing
didn't
the
really
ring. I don't think
fit
he's
like
gonna
in
be
the
a dude.
organization. He didn't fit with the scheme or the team or anything like that. So,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens this offseason. It's going to be fun. I think we got a series to finish first. Have you
we've
been
got two
keeping up with
series to
the
finish first.
ice?
I watched a little bit of the Knicks and Hurricane series.
The Rangers.
Rangers. Sorry, Jesus Christ.
You should have watched this past Sunday. It was a great one. Rangers Panthers.
Was that the one where the
It was just back and forth, high scoring the
yeah,
whole
the
time.
Rangers ended up losing in OT? Was that their first loss? 'Cause that's the one, I think, the
Um,
last one that I watched when they lost in OT.
yes, yeah, that was Sunday. They lost in OT, and then Tuesday night they lost in regulation. I think. Let me see what
So what's the
I'm
series,
gonna Google it.
2-2 now?
2-2, and they're playing right now.
Oh yeah, it's 0-0 end of the first. Series is at 2-2.
Oh no, so Sunday the Rangers won 5-4 in overtime.
When did they didn't lose in overtime?
They did on Tuesday. They
Oh, okay,
lost
yeah, that's the
3-2 in
last one I
overtime.
saw then. I haven't watched any of the other series though. That's the
And then
Oilers, right? Oilers and who?
Oilers and Stars out in the West.
That series is also 2-2.
Yeah, crazy game last night. The Stars went up 2 in the first, and then the Oilers proceeded to score 5 straight and win 5-2.
Damn.
Yeah. That's been a good series so far.
Dude, this is looking like the either outcome in this is going to be a great Stanley Cup final.
Oh, 100%, 100%. The Panthers and the Rangers are two very different teams. But it's fun, dude. It's been a really good series. I saw somebody had an 85-cent parlay and to win like over 23 grand. And their last thing that they need to hit is the Oilers to win the Stanley Cup. Dude, it was the
83 cents to 23 grand. That's wild.
The first leg was like some tennis match to go more than 40 games. So he was like live betting that.
Yeah.
Parlayed it with like the Aces to win the WNBA finals. Like there was one other like just really random thing. And then it was like the Celtics to win the East. And just like a few other, like probably like 6 different like final
Futures
things.
bets.
Yeah. They've all hit so far except for the Oilers.
Damn, bro. He's probably watching these
The
Oilers
cash
teams
out on it
sweating.
is 3 grand right now. But like if they make it to the finals, you know what I mean? If they make it to the Stanley Cup, I feel like you almost have to let it ride. But 85 cents
Yeah.
into like 3 grand.
And if they go to the finals, dude, like the cash out's probably going to be up to like 10.
Yeah,
Do you take that? If they go to the finals, do you take that before the series even starts?
maybe.
Or do you let it go a few games and kind of
I honestly think it depends who they play. I think I think the Panthers are a really good playoff team. They have like that playoff grit, grind you down, like beat you in a long, grueling series, and probably come out real physical game 1 against an
Yeah.
Oilers team that is a little more like finesse and like skilled like the Rangers are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think the Panthers would, if they play the Panthers would probably come out and win game 1 in my mind. Kind of hit him in the mouth and then see where it goes from there. But like you're starting like a game down already. You know what I mean? So I think you'd have
Yeah.
better odds taking it before than after.
Or
But if it's the
starts.
Rangers, it's maybe a little more of a shootout. See how when like the last 2 series end, and maybe if there's any rust or momentum, how you're feeling.
Yeah. That's probably what I would do too. Because I can't. I mean, if you let it go the full Stanley Cup, like 5 games in, dude, and it's like, oh fuck, dude, like we're down 3-2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
lost. I would have rather just had the 10 than the 3. And from 83
Exactly.
cents, dude, the odds on that had to be fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude. I just like saw it on Instagram or something like that today, and I was just like, oh my goodness, that's wild. I wish I
I
could have
uh
that kind of random
I
luck.
need to start. I know. I need to start doing that when I just have like 56 cents to burn. Just like put in like a crazy futures bet and see what happens.
Probably just gonna lose 56 cents.
Probably, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with losing 50
Yeah,
cents. You know what I
facts,
mean?
facts.
So why not try?
That's fair. I've got a futures bet for the Phillies to win 90 or more games this year. I think that one might hit.
Yeah, that's
I'm
probably
feeling
gonna
I'm
hit.
feeling good
What
about
odds
that
did you
so
get that
far.
at?
Like minus 105, so I put a unit on it, 21 to win 20. That's not bad.
Plus 105. Nice.
Minus 105.
Oh, minus 105.
Yeah, pretty much even though. So I'm like, all right.
I mean, they're off to the craziest start you could have hoped for, honestly, for that bet to
Yeah.
hit.
I was like, I think the Phils are gonna have a good year, but I think that often, and I don't want to get a little too big for my britches here. Like minus 105 is pretty much even odds. I like that.
Yeah,
I didn't need to go to 100 plus, which is probably like plus only like plus 150 or plus 175 or something like that. You know what I mean? It's probably only
yeah.
like a plus 150. It probably wasn't anything crazy.
I should have done that with the Yanks.
Yeah, they're looking good.
Yeah, 38 and 19 right now, dude. I'm like
I think the Phils are
fun
39
baseball is
and
being played.
18. And the Phils just went on like a 3-game losing streak too. They dropped a series to the Rockies and then lost the
That's the
first of
cushion that they
3.
built, dude. Like they can lose. Like that's nice. Like now, when the Yankees lose, I'm not like last year. It was like, holy fuck, this is sinking us, dude. Like, I can take
Yeah.
like Monday night or Tuesday night, they lost 4-3 because Clay came in with 2 outs in the 8th and just blew the save. And I was like, fuck. I stayed up and watched this for that to happen. I was like, dude, a year ago, I'd be like, holy shit, this is like, it makes you not live or die on the hill day by day, game by game. Like, if I put my heart and soul into every game, dude, it's going to drive me nuts. So, I learned to temper down a little bit. But now the Yankees lose, and I'm like, all right, like, I'm okay with losing 1 or 2 games in a row. Like, I don't start freaking out like I used to. Last year, we'd lose 2 or 3 in a row, and I'd just be like, we're just getting buried,
Oh,
bro.
freak out.
Exactly.
Freak out.
Freak out.
Yeah, last year I didn't really care. Like I don't really care when the Phillies are doing bad in the beginning of the year because I don't, I don't have a deep love for baseball like you do. Or the Phillies like
Still
you
your
do the
squad, though.
Yankees. Still my squad, but I just don't care as much. I'm a lot more casual than you are. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. But so if they're stinking at the beginning of the year, I'm kind of just like this is tough. But then it's like, okay, by the time August rolls around, it's like, am I interested?
They find a way. They find a
What?
way, dude.
And that's the thing. It's like in the beginning of the year, I know that one of two things is gonna happen. Nothing changes, and we suck, and I don't give a fuck, and it's a wasted season. Okay, then I'm not gonna waste my time watching anyway. Not like wasting my time trying to watch every game. Or
Right.
it's like, okay, August comes around, start getting hot in July. August comes around, things start heating up. We make a little run in September, right in time for October. All right, that's like I'm gonna
Hook,
be
line, and
interested
sinker.
then. I'll start watching in August.
Yeah, dude. I kind of envy that sometimes, but then also like I have times like the other day we hit I think whatever like a third of the season, And so Michael K was like, think about that. A third of the season is already gone. And I was like, fuck, I don't want to think about that, dude.
Yeah,
Like, it sounds
yeah.
so, it's like there's so much ball left, but then I'm like, damn, a third of the season? I only have 2 more of the 2 months that I
Of what I
got
had
right.
so far.
Yeah, yeah. And then the
That's how I
playoffs
feel
come
about
around, and
NFL.
like, yeah, NFL's like bad with that because I'll be like checking fantasy, I'm like, dude, it's week 7 already. What the fuck?
Speaking of NFL
It's bad.
scheduling, I don't know what happens. It's lagging bad today. But speaking of the NFL schedule, there's like the bye weeks are apparently crazy this year.
Don't the Birds have like a super early bye week now
It's like week 4
this
or
year?
5.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah,
I
that's
hate that shit.
terrible. That's terrible. But apparently there's a bunch of weeks where like nobody has buys, and like week 10 or something like that, nobody has a buy. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
everybody has but then like 3 teams have a buy the following week. Um, so it's just like kind of weird stuff like that. Like what's going on with scheduling this year? And also the NFLPA is working on a new deal. You might have seen in the news that they're like redoing the offseason, but that's not really true. They're kind of just moving OTAs closer to training camp. And so like you know, instead of going to OTAs and then going on vacation and then coming to training camp, it's just like people go on vacation and then go to OTAs and then go to training camp. Which like,
yeah,
dude, that makes sense, dude. I don't want to go to OTAs and ramp up for like the season, you know what I mean, and start to get that work in to then like have time off to like be on my own and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And like I'm still gonna
right.
be working out and whatnot, but like I'd rather just be like, all right, you know what? We start the season, you know, whenever a month early in June now instead of in July, and kind of ramp up slowly. And I'm gonna have more time off like in the spring. Like, all right, I think I'm with that.
Yeah, that would, yeah. Because then I never thought about it that way, but yeah, dude, like you fucking go to OTAs and then go on vacation and then come back and go to training camp. Like, I guess it would be a cool way to like spend vacation right before your training camp because it's kind of just like, all right, like you lock in for the rest of the like season or whatever.
Yeah.
But I would much rather do all of that relaxing and stuff before I start ramping up like fully.
Also, I think it's good because rookie minicamp is right before OTAs, right? So you have the draft, and it's like, all right, we just went through the whole draft process. All this stuff is fresh on our mind about like who we selected, why, what we want them to work on, what we like, what skills we want them to like really hone in on and like kind of be like studs at. You know what I mean? Um, and you know,
Yeah,
just kind of teach them our philosophy, get them our playbook, you know, get them our workouts, like get them everything, get them in the building and get them acquainted. And then it's like, all right, you guys have done rookie mini camp. Now we're going to go into OTAs and like you'll get to meet a bunch of the vets and see how they do it and let them show you the ropes. Now you're going to go off on your own. You have however many months, learn the playbook. You know what I mean? Get yourself in shape, work on the stuff that we told you to work on, come back ready to go when training camp starts.
yeah. That sounds kind of fun, dude. Like, imagine that being your job.
Yeah. Being a rookie sounds like
Sounds
awesome and
awesome.
terrifying all at the same time.
Yeah, but I feel like if I was like a rookie in any professional sport, like I feel like just the fact that I would be like so excited about it, dude. I just
Yeah.
wouldn't be, you know what I mean? I'd just be blind, like blind, bug-eyed, walking around, like figuring shit out. Like I wouldn't be. I don't feel like it would be scary. I feel like it would just be like a crazy experience.
Yeah. Yeah. First couple times in the building and then you just kind of get used to it probably.
Yeah,
I don't think we'll
especially
ever
for
know.
baseball, dude. Imagine how good it feels to like get called up and then like finally get called up to the MLB. Like
Yeah.
that's gotta be top
Oh,
5 dopamine hits of all
uh
time, dude.
so the other pitcher I wanted to talk about was Paul Skeens.
Oh yeah,
He
dude's a beast.
he's been fucking dealing, bro, picking up right where he left off with LSU, right? That's where he was.
Yeah, he went to LSU and played what, like a month in the minors,
Yeah, about a month in
immediately
the
into the MLB
minors.
team.
And got called up and he's been dealing too, bro. He's guys are having a hard time catching up to him. He's got a
Yeah,
slider. He's got a slider that's really mean. He throws it so hard. It's got some good move on it, or it might be a
Paul,
splitter. One of the two.
dude, Paul Skeens is like one of the most mechanically like perfect pitchers I think I've ever seen in pro baseball. Like he just has such a smooth, like his delivery is absolute butter. Like
100%.
he has the perfect build for MLB pitcher, and he has like his mechanics are just so good, and it just gets him a shit ton of torque on the ball, and he's hitting like 102 miles an hour.
Yeah. Let me see. I was trying to find this stat that Wilbon was talking about on pardon the interruption today. I think he had like 9 or so strikeouts. I think he had 9 strikeouts and like 6 of them were like with the splitter.
Damn. That's got to be a gross combo with his fastball too, because the splitter looks like his fastball until it just drops off, and his fastball's like 102 miles an hour, dude.
Yeah.
If you can throw that hard and have a good splitter, it's gonna be hard to hit anything off you. I think that's what that A's reliever Mason Miller has now. He just flew his first save today actually, but dude,
What an
he's
asshole.
an absolute animal. He just throws absolute fucking propane tank gas, and his breaking ball is just throws too. Plus, is going to be a problem for a while.
Yeah.
He's like, I haven't seen this much hype about a pitcher since like Steven Strasburg when he came up with the Nats.
His four-seam fastball is 99. His split finger fastball is 94. His sliders 85. Curveball 81. And changeup 88.
Yeah, that's the other thing, dude. He throws the fucking kitchen sink at you. He's got 6 pitches, 5 pitches.
The curveball and changeup, he's only thrown 3% of the time. He's mainly his four seam. He throws 39%. His split finger, he throws 35%, and the slider, he throws 20%.
Yeah, he's definitely working that splitter off that fastball. Then I mean, that's what's working for him, dude.
Yeah.
Those are his 2 most used pitches, and then, dude, imagine seeing that. The first 2 pitches, you get a fucking high and tight fastball from Paul Skeens at 98, and then he hits you with a disgusting splitter at 94 that looks like that same fastball, and then just flips you with a gross slider. Like, how is anybody hitting that?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That's the shit that I love, dude. It's just like the duel between a pitcher and a hitter is like so interesting to me. That's like the core of my love of baseball.
Yo, I'm looking at baseballsavant.mlb.com
Baseball
and
Savant.
Baseball Savant. Sorry about it.
It's a good page.
Dude, it's dope. I like the way they show like his heat map of where he's throwing his pitches and everything as well. Yeah, his four seam, he throws mainly fucking down the middle, just blows it by at a fucking 100.
Yeah.
His splitter falls like bottom left, so down and away on a right-hander. And his slider mainly falls the opposite way, down and in on a right-hander, down and away on a lefty. His changeup is down and away on a righty, and that's where the curveball is too when he hits it right, I think.
Dude, his four-seamer heat map looks like a dick. Like, literally right down the dick.
Oh, yeah. Bink, bink, shoot. That's funny as fuck. Little chody guy.
But then, yeah, dude, just building that splitter off that fastball is gotta be the hardest fucking thing to hit in baseball. And
yeah,
just like, yeah,
because it looks exact. It probably looks exactly the same, right? It probably starts where the four-seamer is hitting on like the head of the cock, right? Yeah. And then it just falls away because it's a splitter ball. It's a splitter. I can't figure out what kind of language I want to use. I said it's a splitter ball.
Splitter ball. Sounds like a new sport.
Splinter ball. You gotta rub your hands on some old wood. And then you're playing handball. You're playing handball.
Oh, dude, that's gotta be a form of torture, bro. Oh, dude, imagine like torturing somebody by just rubbing their hands into a wooden table, gives you a fuck ton of splinters, and then like, all right, go throw 95 off a mound. Dude, oh god, that feeling.
Go play hockey. Or then like hitting, the vibration from hitting a pitch with a bat.
Yeah. Oh god, dude.
Especially like a metal bat, it's like ding. I can like feel it ringing.
I don't know if I said this on the pod recently, but I took my wood bat to the cage a few weeks ago and broke it.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm telling you, bro, the bat ring off a metal bat compared to a wooden bat, Like the wooden bat one is nothing to fuck with. Holy shit. Dude, I'm hitting these like rubber balls too. They're not even real baseballs. Like hitting one off the end of a wooden bat and it just rings your hands, especially if it's like cold. Oh,
Yeah,
dude, you feel like you have broken
when it
hands.
comes off the end of the bat is bad, especially like if you're you gotta hold them tight.
Yeah, yeah. And dude, I see people in the MLB go up with fucking no batting gloves on and a wooden bat, and they're just fucking fighting. I'm like, bro, you're a psycho.
Yeah, dude. And then you got some people that go up there, they're fucking geared up like Iron Man in the box, bro.
Yeah, straight up Tony Stark. I see videos of kids on TikTok, dude. They like it's like a lot of my baseball videos are like POV of like someone batting or like an umpire POV. And every time someone gets to first base, they fucking take out their fucking glove, like oven glove mitt, and strap it
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, bro, I was going head first, no gloves, like straight into the bag. What the fuck? I wish I had all this shit.
There was I saw this reel and it was like, bro, when I was growing up we had one bat, like we all fucking shared it, and
Yeah, dude.
before we leave I got to make sure my son's got like his, and rattles off like so many things, like two bats, like his expensive ass bag, like all the fucking gear. Like I don't even know the lingo that he's using because I don't even know what these things are. But I'm just like, dude, that's facts, bro. Like, and then it was like, just for him to go out there and fucking, strike out swinging 3 times, go 0 for 4. And like, drop a fly ball and left. But I still gotta cheer him on and tell him that he's great.
The epitome of a baseball dad right there, dude. That's like
Yeah.
90% of baseball dads. And then there's like this one just like country boy that steps up to the plate and just hits mashed potatoes and makes a
That's
career out of
kind of
it.
what I'm
Like,
hoping Jacob is, dude.
just a
That's
country, like
country
real, just like
bumpkin,
tough
dude.
hands, dude. And just sits
Yeah,
up
bro.
there and just,
Country
tater,
bumpkin, not fancy at
tater.
all. Yeah, yeah. He's gonna smash taters.
The first word you gotta teach Jacob is just, or the first phrase just tater smash. And he's gonna be like, after like years, he'd be like, dude, why was tater smash? He's like, cause I wanted you to hit taters
Tater.
as soon as you could. As soon as we get the wiffle ball bat and the tee going outside, I expect taters.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna have to get myself set up on a tee or something. Start clanging balls at it, so he
Yeah,
can watch, and then he'll start hitting off a tee.
just get a full-on batting cage like in your backyard.
Whoa. Dude, we were actually driving around yard sales the other day. There was like a community-wide yard sale in our town, and somebody was actually selling one of those like rebound things. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, the pitching net
Oh,
things.
yeah. I was honestly thinking about picking it up, but I was like, dude, where the fuck are we gonna? How are we gonna get this home?
Yeah, do you guys Amazon this or what? So this is a yard sale.
And I wasn't really like too interested, but that probably would have been a good snag, honestly. Now that I think about it, I think that's what
Yeah,
I'll get him. Get him a wiffle ball bat before anything else. Wiffle ball bat, teach
you
him how
got to
to
give him
hit.
the big red one, his first one.
Yeah.
Those
I
things you
think
could hit taters with.
because I was thinking about getting him golf clubs, but like I'd rather get him a wiffle ball bat.
Yeah,
I'd
wiffle
rather
ball bat is-
I'd rather get him playing baseball than golf right now.
Yeah, and then lead him into golf. You know, if you like baseball, you
Yeah,
probably like
dude.
golf.
Yeah, I'm still gonna golf with the boys, but like at the same time, golf's expensive. I don't want to be golfing with the boys and golf. Oh, well, I guess I'd just be doing it all at the same time, right? I would just invite the boys.
Yeah.
I would just be bringing Jacob with me. Like, sorry, I'm a twosome now. That's my bad. And we're probably gonna be pretty slow today too, unless he's nice as fuck. But like golf's expensive, bro. Baseball, we could literally just, there's a park right around the corner. We could just go there and I can hit balls to him and I can pitch to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Throw taters so we can hit taters.
No, hell no. I'm bringing the heat, brother.
You're just up there throwing 75 to like a 5-year-old Jacob.
Yeah.
All right, Jacob. Now this is a curveball.
I mean, they're like Randy Johnson, and he's like, "Who's Randy Johnson? I'll show you. I'll show you who Randy
And then
Johnson
a
is,
bird's
boy."
gonna fly down right as the pitch is coming in. You're
Just
gonna smoke a bird and be
traumatize him
"That's Randy
forever.
Johnson."
That's Mr. Randy.
I could imagine being that guy, like in the box, hitting against Randy Johnson, and then he throws like a Randy Johnson fastball, and it just like collides with a bird midair. Could you imagine witnessing that firsthand?
Did they just call that like a no pitch? I guess like just a redo.
I don't even know, dude. Like what? Yeah, is that a? The ump's just back there. Ball.
Let me see. Ruling on Randy Johnson bird pitch. Let me see. I don't know, dude. Nobody. Oh, the pitch that didn't count. Here's what we know about the pitch that didn't count. Yeah, they must have just done a redo. Did the bird die?
I mean, that's really...
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. Caught a Randy Johnson fastball, bro. That bird could have been at any baseball game across the country. It could have been a U14 baseball game. When he chooses Randy Johnson, bro. Arguably the hardest thrower in the world at the time.
Was it a strike? The pitch was neither a strike nor a ball. There's no rule that states what happens if an animal happens to get in the way of a pitch. So the umpire crew decided to call it a no pitch because it didn't reach the plate, essentially meaning the pitch never statistically happened.
Dude, even funnier than calling a ball on that pitch is calling a strike.
There's no way you were catching up to that. That thing was coming in at a deadly speed.
Trust me, dude, it's Randy Johnson, okay?
You weren't catching up to that. All right.
Trust me.
Who was the batter? Not widely known, but the Giants' batter was Calvin Murray. He played 5 seasons in the MLB. You may know his nephew, Arizona Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray.
No way.
Yeah, apparently.
That's wild connection. Fuck.
It's a simulation,
you're saying
bro.
That as a bit, dude.
That's what USA Today says.
Oh, credible source.
Relatively. It's also baseball, so like maybe not too credible here. What did they do with the bird?
It's a very in-depth article.
After the players realized what had happened, Giants second baseman Jeff Kent went on the field and picked up the bird with his bare hands and pointed it toward Johnson while smiling. He took it back to the dugout, but it's unknown what happened after that. A grounds crew member then picked and cleaned up the feathers that were on the field.
Dude.
Oh my goodness. Dude, I gotta show you this picture. That's in this fucking article right now. Oh my goodness, brother.
Is it just the bird getting exploded by the ball?
Dude, no, it's Jeff Kent holding the bird.
Oh,
You're telling me this is how you take it off the field, bro? You're fucking opening it up like this, big dog. Oh, that's crazy.
That's nuts.
But yeah, Pete, you may know his nephew, Cardinals quarterback Kyler.
Wow. You learned something new. We went down this rabbit hole of Randy Johnson hitting a bird, and we've learned a new information, dude. The guy that was at the plate is Kyler Murray's uncle.
What did Randy Johnson think? Not amused. I didn't think it was funny at all. It was all that funny, said Randy Johnson.
Yeah, I don't know how I would react if I were Randy Johnson. Be like, what the fuck? The logo for Randy Johnson's photography company is of a dead bird.
That's wild.
Wow. Randy Johnson. Dude, you've seen him at like big sporting events, like taking pictures too.
There are more birds that have fallen victim to baseball. Dave Winfield killed a seagull in a warm-up throw. I think I do remember that actually. Now, obviously, I don't remember watching it live, but
the police got involved?
The incident was so serious, Ontario police arrested Winfield after the game and charged him with animal cruelty, but charges were later dropped.
Oh my god. When he appeared to hit this dude hit a blackbird.
Broadcaster just goes, I hope it's okay. R.I.P. to all the bird lost to the great game.
Yeah, that's tough, dude. Birds getting hit by baseballs are like people getting bitten by sharks.
You think so? You think only 3 people have been bit by sharks?
No, but like the fact that 3 birds have gotten, it's probably word around bird community like, yo, stay away from these baseball fields. We're getting fucked up out there.
Yeah, they better stay away from my territory. I'll fucking catch them with a heater.
And he's just outside playing catch with JT.
I'm fucking whipping him at this kid, bro.
Randy Johnson Bird Simulator. There you go, JT. You'll never see anything like it again.
Man City lost the FA Cup final. Kind of saw that one coming. They lost it to Man U. I honestly thought that they were going to lose. But Ten Hag's last game as manager for the Red Devils, they fucking sacked them before the game even started, like a couple days before.
And then he just was like, I'm just going to
win you a trophy and dip.
Yeah.
Good on him.
His resume. Yeah, good look on his resume.
Yeah. I feel like City were kind of over the season. No, I didn't watch any of it either.
Yeah, I mean, hungover, dude. FA Cup, you don't really give a fuck.
Yeah. You just had a crazy title race. Like, you don't really care about the FA Cup. You've won, like, fucking 87 trophies in the past 2 years. Okay, the last 5 or 6. Yeah. And it's only been, like, 27 or 28. But that's still crazy, bro.
They're on a historic fucking run. I'll tell you that. Like, you know what's crazy to think about is how much of a legend Pep was before he even, like, came to Man City.
Yeah.
Now he comes to Man City and he's like, all right, here's a fuck ton more trophies.
The first team ever, an all-time, bro, all-time, to win the English top flight title 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
None of this since 1900 bullshit. I'm talking about all-time.
All-time. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. You're literally witnessing, like, the greatest fucking run as, like, one of your favorite sports teams will go on.
Yeah. And, like, it's so hard to win 4 in a row.
It's so hard to win 2 in a row.
Yeah, dude. And just, like the soccer seasons are just, like, so long and so grueling.
Yeah, you're fighting for points every single week for, like, and that's just 4 years of consistently doing that, dude. Like, it'd be different if it was
and everybody's coming for you.
I mean, it's the same thing, but on a smaller scale, you know what I mean? You're not fucking... If you're going to lose one leg and you're out of the tournament, like, in Premier League and, like, even just regular domestic leagues, like, all those games matter up to a certain point.
And that's the thing, is, like, you have so many games throughout an NBA or a soccer season. Like, it's way more than NBA or NHL, right? Like, Lex is always like, oh my god, the NHL is so long. And I'm like, dude, think about soccer.
It's basically from...
all year, 24/7, because when you're not playing your club ball, you're playing international league in the summer, international ball in the summer.
Granted, that's not like every soccer player, but still.
No,
like,
the good ones, though.
Like, the elite ones are doing that, yeah. Literally no
break. Like, as a fan watching, you know what I mean? Like, as a fan, like, that's the way that we think about sports, is how do we watch them, you know?
Yeah.
And she's like, dude, I feel like you're just like, there's always an NHL game on to watch. And I'm like, yeah, what's wrong with that, dude? It's fun to watch. It's good. It's entertaining shit.
Yeah. It's funny you say that. I saw a literal TikTok today of this girl, and she was like, my boyfriend asked me the other day, like, if we could go to a dinner where they would have Game 6 on. And she's like, Game 6? She's like, what game is this? I thought the Masters just happened. Like, how is there, there's another game? And all the comments were just like, all these girlfriends being like, yeah, there's always, like, a game on. Or, like, you gotta watch the game. Or, like, oh, this is a big game. So, yeah, sports fan, like, when you're a fan of several sports and, like, follow them, like, pretty heavily, like, there's always going to be something on.
Agree. I saw that as well. I want to get conspiracy theory with you real quick. We're dude, this is bonus time, bro. Right, or over 2 hours.
Time. Maybe we'll put this on our Patreon.
Look, we'll put this behind a paywall. We'll do bonus content. Anything that's after 2 hours, we're gonna make bonus content, and you got to get it behind a paywall. So, all right. I mean, sometimes we get conspiracy theory and, like, borderline political during the show, but we'll just wait for the bonus content this time. So first, we're getting different algorithms. Did you see that? Have you seen this?
On what?
We're getting different comments and stuff like that. Like, probably if you and I were to look at the same picture or the same post, same exact post, like, I look at a post, all right, let's find something. Or let's not. That's gonna might be too hard, and I don't want to look wrong live. I haven't tried it yet. But it's like, okay, this girl, she, like, looked at a thing and opened up the comments and, like, saw all these comments that were like, it was like the video was like a girl and a guy, right? So all the comments were like pro the girl, right? And then she sent it to her boyfriend. Her boyfriend opened it. They're sitting next to each other on the couch. The boyfriend opened it, and all the comments were like, dude, fuck this girl, like the guy is like definitely in the right, like this girl's whack, yada yada yada. And it's like, and they're like the very top comments, like the top ones that pop up when you hit
Yeah.
comments. And it was all just to be like, dude, look at how, like, no shit, like we're so divided and we disagree on everything. We're all just being fed completely different, like, algorithms and perspectives, right? And that's what she said. She was like, I look at a video of something like this and I like go to the comments to like get different perspectives. It's kind of like Reddit, right? It's like you get people's like raw perspective, right? So that's why you go to the comments for this shit, because you just get regular people's like funny, like it's not, like on Twitter sometimes it's like funny and shit like that, you know what I mean? Like it's not always like something deep, but it can be. So it's like you're like, all the people are like addicted to this thing, and they all think that they're getting the same experience, but they're all getting like a completely personal and different experience, and they all think that that is what life is. And like I'm certainly guilty of that. We're like, you know what I mean? I look at things and or like I see like things on like, on Instagram and whatnot, and then I'm just like, oh, like this is what I expect people to be like. But that's not like how people are. You know what I mean? But it's like you kind of like start to paint like this is what you see like in your reality, and you kind of like build your life around that. And it's like, it makes sense because this is like kind of what you've been interested in. Mine's a lot of shit to do around South Jersey and like record stores, and like now I got this fucking chick and she's got all these different like parks and playgrounds and farms to bring kids to, and I'm like, all right, that's kind of dope. I've been liking her shit and now it's popping up more. You know what I mean? But like that's not everybody's fucking Instagram. That's not everybody's like real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's wild too, because like to a certain point, like it's all like you just work the algorithm and engage with stuff that shows you similar stuff to that. Like you're kind of building it yourself. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So it's like obviously a lot of the stuff that you see that could be biased, like is like kind of been built by stuff you previously like engaged with or like. So that's gonna build like some
Yeah.
sort of perception or like certain reality for people. You know what I mean? I think about this
Yeah.
all the time, honestly.
But then even like in this instance, right? If Lex sends me something controversial, right, and she just like wants to get my opinion on it, I'm like, oh, let me go to the comments and look at the for perspective. And she saw something, we're gonna have two totally different takes on it from like with the comments that we see. You know what I mean? And not to say that we're fucking arguing over the way we feel about Instagram posts that we see. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Yeah, it's wild. It's like literally why like people on TikTok like will literally just try and type like not even something to do with the video, but like something that will get blue so that it can search in the search bar. Like you ever go into TikTok comments and like some of them are blue, you can click in the
no,
comment and it will search the comment and bring up content that has to do with that comment. Like it's wild, dude. Like everything's so connected on TikTok where like the algorithm is literally built so for you and like everything that you engage with. It's crazy. I was talking to Andy about some Lego set the other day before, and then I hopped on TikTok, and it was like the exact Lego set that I was talking about, and I'm like, damn,
dude,
like
we got to start buying Legos and saving them, investing in them.
I just bought one last weekend, but I built it.
Oh,
Does
we
that
got to
count, or
start.
do you mean like just buying them in a box, keeping them sealed?
Yep.
You think so?
Do you know when they're gonna like start discontinuing Lego sets? Like, can you find that information relatively easily?
Discontinue Lego sets, like special sets of them.
Yeah, like they just like stop making certain ones. Like they don't sell every Lego set that they've ever made forever. That they get discontinued at some point.
I'm sure you probably could. Like, I mean, I don't know. I've been watching a lot of Pawn Stars, and the Legos go crazy. Like some of the old sets. And this Target
Yes,
store I go to get Pokemon cards is like an old like toy store basically, like comics and toys and cards and shit. And they have a bunch of the old like Harry Potter and Star Wars Lego sets, and some from like super like early 2000s. And they're just selling them. Dude, Legos are expensive.
bread,
Like, yeah,
bro. Right. So, what you do is you buy them before they discontinue them. If you can find the discontinuation date, you buy them like 6 months before that at retail price. Even if that's like $200, you know what I mean? Because sometimes the bigger ones are like crazy like that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You wait, you sit on them for a bit, and you fucking flip them, and you make so much money. It's been outperforming every stock market since like 2000. If you would have done that.
Yeah, dude. You know what's wild is that's like kind of why I like Lego. Is I can build these things and I'm like this is gonna be something like not everyone's gonna have. But I never thought about like just buying them and then not like just sitting on them without opening them.
Well, yeah, that'd be like it's the same thing as records. If you don't listen to them, you're just like, you know what, I'm just gonna collect this and then sell it one day.
Yeah, that's smart, dude. There's some crazy fucking Lego sets we can get too. Like I was looking at one. It was a Nintendo like 64 plugged
Okay.
into a TV, a full TV, and then a controller, and it was a whole Lego set. I think it was like $300, but it was literally just like a like vintage like Nintendo setup as a Lego set. I was like, dude, that's probably gonna be like worth a shit ton of money in 25 years from now.
Yeah.
They don't continue like
Yeah.
crazy Nintendo fans. Like, there's a huge market for like Nintendo collectors. They're like, dude, I have
They're
this Lego
dying. It's a
Nintendo
dying
unopened.
breed.
It's a dying breed. Yeah. Dude, I've been
Certainly.
on my Pawn Stars grind. Like Maggie and I have been watching Pawn Stars like every night, and it's just like
Really?
YouTube videos of 2023's top 10 like best selling or best deals on like comic book toys or like old school toys, and like some of them are like those Funko Pops. Like this guy came in and had a set that he sold for like $3,000. I'm just like, dude, it's so cool how many people are just like out here collecting old school like vintage toy shit because they're just like, yeah, it's a dying breed. Like it's just cool to have or cool to see something that's like still in really good condition from like 60 years ago. Like this lady sold a literal plastic like box, and in the box was just a play Batman belt set that was like a $5 toy in the 60s, and she just held on to it and ended up selling it at the pawn shop for like $11,000. Crazy, dude. How expensive some of this shit is.
Yo, we get so many toys. We have so many toys for Jacob, or have had. We've opened a lot of them though. Maybe we should start holding on to them. I mean, we are holding on to him because hopefully he has a sibling one day, and like they're gonna want to play with things.
Yeah,
So like, just like hold on to all of it, and maybe sell it. Maybe some of
not
the
a
stuff
bad
that we have
idea,
that's
dude.
unopened.
All I know is that if I still had a lot of my toys that I had as a kid, like they'd probably be worth some money. I used to have a whole Lego tech deck, like it was a Lego set, but it was a giant half pipe.
Dude, I used to have so
Dude,
much dope shit.
yeah, that's probably worth so much money now, and I just like never thought of it like my toys as like being collectible one day. I'm just like, oh, these are just my toys. And then same with I used to have the craziest Pokemon card selection, dude. Collection. If I had a lot of those left, I'd probably have some good money because I remember sitting out on my wooden bench like outside my apartment house when I was like 7, dude, just like ripping Pokemon cards with my friends. We had those Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and couldn't tell you where any of them are today, but if I could, I'd tell you what.
You'd be
I'll
a
be
rich
on my
man.
way to the Pawn Star shop.
Ooh.
Nah, I'd
All right,
probably
let's
sit on a lot of it.
just sit on it. Well, what don't you? I'm telling you, dude, the market's gonna pop at some point.
Yeah, yeah. We got to get on the Lego market now. That's crazy that it's like outperformed the stock market since like
Yeah,
2000.
yeah, it's pretty good.
Not bad.
All right, let's get on out of here.
All right.
If you
Guess
made
we
it
can
this far, we
allow for that.
appreciate you.
Thanks for staying for the added content. That'll be on our Patreon.
Yeah, you must have forgotten the early access. All right, go have fun this weekend. Give somebody a kiss and a hug. Tell somebody you love them.
And
Smooches.
always